Hey guys, and welcome, and welcome everyone to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. So going into this stream like blind really, I've checked the options so I kind of know where it is. So let's actually okay, so let's kind of go into free play. So what we're doing is we're testing the latest version of the Nintendo 64 core, which has like a clean HDMI hack in there, which from what I understand lets 480i games come as 480p, and stuff just generally looks sharper, like it just looks better, right? So I just kind of want to go into practice. Let's start a race, and let's kind of pause it on there and just see what we can actually see, right? Because I've seen Robert's tweet and it just looks absolutely wicked. Yo, Scandal UK, how you doing, man? I hope you're having a good Saturday evening. Yeah, Saturday evening where you are, right? Okay, so let's kind of get it started, right? Okay, that's not bad, right? Let's get, or maybe okay, let's start the race and try and maybe pause it on an action shot, right? So we've got a few things here. I'm using an actual N64 what is it, Nintendo Switch Online controller. So let's go in here, and I'm pretty sure it's in video and audio, and here it is, right? So I've got the video out on original V1 was at 6, but here we go. Wow, okay. Right, okay. Just want to see where else it kind of, so I'm just kind of flicking between the two. I actually don't know which one I prefer. I thought I'll see stuff sharper, but even in original, to me, I kind of like the way it looks. Like I have no issues with it. I'm quite happy with the general look of it, right? But you know, we can try other games. So guys, if you've got some insight, then share that with me, and we can try some other games. But let's put it on clean HDMI, and then let's do a race where I race really, really badly, because yeah, I just do, man. Something about how I haven't really tried N64 stuff for quite some time now, but it's definitely nice to see the improvements like Robert is making. It's just absolutely fantastic, like just amazing. I've been watching the progress. I'm kind of like prioritizing certain videos over other videos. I mean, I'm actually still putting out a lot of content. I thought I'd be putting out less, so maybe the amount of content I'm putting out, if let's say last year my 100% of targets, like now that 100% is likely down to 70 to 80%, maybe even down to 60% at certain times. But I'm still having fun. I just kind of have to be selective. I've got a whole list of stuff I kind of want to do. But when I saw this, I was like, man, I haven't done an N64 live stream for a while, and I really wanted to do it, right? So absolutely awesome. And what better, you know, what more of an excuse do I need that the visuals have been kind of tweaked and are sharper, guys? So yeah, man, like absolutely awesome. So get your requests in, and I just wanted to kind of say, like, I was kind of thinking, right, you know, going back a decade or a decade and a half, right? Saturday night was the night you went out, right? You went out, you partied, you met your friends, you met your friends of friends, you know, friends of friends that you liked, and you kind of hung out with, but you didn't hang out with directly, but you always enjoyed meeting them when you went out, whatever, you know, barring, clubbing, wherever you went to, right? And you enjoyed meeting a friend of a friend's, and you ended up becoming friends, right? You know, that's what you kind of did now. And you know, what am I doing now? I'm loading up a system from a few decades ago because it looks sharper. And I'm doing a live stream of that. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't change it for anything, right? But it's funny how times and your values change, right? You know, what your Saturday night priorities were at one point, and kind of like what they are now, right? You know, you get older. I wouldn't really say I've gotten wiser, but I enjoy more boring things, man. I've got to give a shout out to a restaurant I went to earlier. Absolutely fantastic restaurant, fantastic service, and it's a restaurant called Thayob's. I go there a lot, right? I go there like maybe 4 times a year. My family, everyone absolutely loves it. My kids love it. My wife loves it. It's just a great restaurant to go around. So if you're ever in London, check it out, Thayob's. It's very good. It's very famous for the cuisines they do, man. So I kind of went there earlier. Wife was super happy. Kids loved it, and then I kind of get left alone to do whatever gaming stuff I want to do. It's Saturday. They're going to go to bed late, so I can kind of stream late to some extent as well. So that's fairly awesome. I also want to give a shout out to Pork Shop Express, Mr. Add-ons, man. So they are in fact sponsoring all the streams. So they were a sponsor of the Saturday show, but they are so awesome. Like, I'm plugging them in every single MiSTer stream that I do for the foreseeable future, right? For whatever, no fixed time. I think it's very, very casual, but the guy's just super nice, man. Really, really nice. Like, you know, most of you guys that are on the Discord and have spoken to him know he's just an absolute gem of a guy, man. Got a lot of respect for him, and I've got a lot of respect for a lot of people in the community. Video Game Esoterica, Robbie, there's just so many, right, for me to name. But it's a very, very good and awesome community. But you know what? Enough yappity yap. Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe we'll go and run another game. Like, yo, Raheem Masters in the house. How you doing, man? Guys, Raheem does retro streaming. He's also a badass Call of Duty and Street Fighter 6 player. Raheem, definitely drop me a little message or a link when you're participating in that. Was it that Red Bull Kumite, was it? The Red Bull tournament? All right, really, really looking forward to that, dude. That's amazing that you're going there, man. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let me have a look at chat before we go. Yo, Retro Tuner in the house, man. He's called Retro Tuner, but he doesn't actually like tuna. That's pretty amazing, right? Because I'm a big tuna fan. Not massive on fish, mind you. I did have some fish earlier today. Not the biggest on fish, right? But I like fish, right? Before we load the next game, let me do some shameless stuff, right? Well, first of all, I'm going to say I had some feedback specifically from one of the channel members, SNK Kev, saying that the adverts, there's quite a lot of them now. So just going to bring this up on screen, right? So what you're seeing here, guys, is these are the options I have when I go to a live stream. Now, I do want to monetize it. There's aggressive and there's balance. Now, by default, it's on balance, right? But I'm trying conservative, so do let me know if you've noticed that there's less ads interrupting the stream, because if that's the way, I'm going to go conservative. I'll leave the monetization on. It's not actually a lot for live streams, but if it can be a better viewer experience by me going for the lowest choice I've got, then I'm quite happy to do that. So just kind of wanted to bring that out, man, because we are a community, like, and I like listening to your guys. All your feedback is important to me, whether it's positive or negative. I take it all on board. Like, you know, sometimes pride might come in, but I'll go back, I'll comprehend, I'll wait, and I'll go, you know what, this person's actually making sense. Okay, now after that, let's do some shameless plugs. We all know MiSTer is king, right? I like other FPGAs. This is from Dineto, right? Dineto Designs, who's also done the logo in the top left corner. He's been smashing it over in the Discord, but he's doing some t-shirts for me. It helps me, it helps Dineto, and it helps FPGA core development, right? And let me just do some other stuff. Here we go. We've got a t-shirt as well. And if you guys want, there's a baseball cap out there as well. Right, enough of the shameless stuff. You know, let's boot up another game. So I know the fact the 5 games are good for this, right? So let's go Rogue Squadron, right? And what's the normal? Okay, let's just go this one here, Rogue Squadron. Hopefully we'll see an improvement here. Wicked. So who else is in chat? Hey, Cassie Bonnie, how you doing, man? How does it handle 2D stuff? Do you know what? We can whack on Killer Instinct Gold, right? Just if I do forget during the stream or anything, then hit me up with it. Wow, that's loud, man. That's one thing I never get. Like, the volume levels are higher for some games and just lower for some games. But yeah, this is awesome, man. Rogue Squadron is wicked, man. ABC and you're wicked. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Raheem, drop me a message, man. Wherever I am, if I'm at work, I'll put it on the sly. If I'm at home, I'll watch it, man. I'll cheer you along, man. Wicked. Proper looking forward to that. But it's been a while. I don't do tournaments anymore, man. I'm not good enough. The bar's very, very high now when it comes to fighting games, right? Everyone's reading the frame data. It's mad, right? But it was a lot of fun, man. I used to go, wow, we've got a title screen there, guys. So what we can do is, while we're on the title screen, let's go into video and audio, and let's just go. Okay, how we noticing stuff, right? I mean, okay, so is it me? Am I seeing something? I'm gonna put my finger on my screen. You won't be able to see that, but okay. So it looks like it's from a vertical point, it's making it a bit bigger, right? So let me go back. Oh, sorry. Let me get back out, right? And so look, if you have a look at where it says start and options, right? As soon as I switch that option on, you're going to see it kind of stretches the picture a bit. So we can try that. So that's on original, and as you can see, it's kind of stretched out a bit, right? Right, yep, definitely stretched out. I actually touched my monitor to make sure. So, but let's try it with clean HDMI on, right? Let's, oh, maybe we can see it in a demo, because as much as I like this game, I'm so out of practice on a lot of this stuff. There's, oh, wow. Guys, I like this. I like this, right? Let's do it on the fly. And that's the amazing thing about Robert's Cause, right? You can do stuff on the fly. Here you go. Okay. I think I'm digging. Wow, okay, amazing, amazing, right? I'm digging this new mode. Now I don't know if it's gonna move stuff out of proportion or anything, but let's have a look at it. Let's view this demo a little bit more. Hopefully it'll show us some more stuff. It's glitching but looks playable. Wicked, SNK Kev. Oh, SNK Kev, if you weren't here for that part with the adverts, remember I was talking about going to the lowest option? I've actually done that now, so just let me know. If you're getting the same amount of adverts, I'll probably go back to balance, but if you're getting less adverts, I'll leave the default option as like the lowest one available there. Guys, I'm kind of liking this, right? If the aspect ratio is a little bit off, Scandal UK, thank you, man. Thank you. To be honest, that's probably more than the stream will pay, because as far as money goes, right, a 3-hour stream and a 10-minute video, if it gets the same amount of views, the 10-minute video will roughly get, I think, 3 to 4 times more like revenue than a video. I don't get how it works. I guess it's not amazing for that, right? So but it is what it is. Oh my god, we got Cyber Akuma in the house. Cyber Akuma, I have missed you, guy, right? I miss you, my dude. Yeah, you add excellent value, right, to all the streams. Like, absolutely love having you there, man. We got a lot of people that add facts in there, and yeah, Cyber Akuma is one of them guys. So let's see if it, okay, so let's go now. Let me go and let me turn it off again, right? And let's have a look. Okay, right. Yeah, so maybe it messes with the aspect ratio a bit, right? Let's turn it on, right? And let's kind of do a mission. Let's do a mission in there, right? So here we go. Original clean HDMI, awesome. And let's do a mission. What's everyone saying? Yo, Scolino the first is in the house. Wicked, awesome, man. The gang is back together, guys. Wicked. We're just waiting for VGE might drop in. I was speaking to him. He kind of provided me with a list actually of games. Of games that are out there and yeah, and available, right? Oh wow, okay, this is good. From what I remember, last time I played this, we couldn't see the mission screens in there. Yeah, do you know what, Raheem? Like, live streams don't really pay that much money, right? But I'll tell you what, man, the fun for live streams, like the amount of effort that goes into some videos sometimes. Okay, I've only got the first one here. The amount of effort that goes into making a video, a live stream, right? I've cleared this bit of time. I've now come on. When I finish this, it is done. I don't have to do anything else, right? I mean, on platforms like Twitch, it's a lot easier because you don't have to do a thumbnail. You don't really have to write a description. It's very, very basic what you do, right? So I think I'm going to go. I think I can only pick the X-Wing here. But guys, okay, let's have a look at, let's fiddle with it here, right? So let's go. Right, okay, so keep an eye on it. Yeah, I think I'm preferring this game with it, man. Everything just looks nice, and you know what? Even if everything does look a little bit taller, it doesn't look bad to me, man. It doesn't look bad to me at all. Wicked. Wicked. Oh, wicked. Thank you, Raheem, man. That's very kind of you, man. Absolutely awesome. You guys are too kind, man. You guys are look at that. I turned down the money in order to get less adverts on there, and I end up just I just end up getting more people liking. So it's nice. Like it's going back to the point of, right, let me kill the sound a bit, right? I don't get warnings for Star Wars, right? But just in case, right? But kindness kind of breeds kindness. Now, if you're noticing here the Star Wars logo and everything and the text, because hey, who doesn't know this beginning, right? This is absolutely epic, right? You're a kid of like the 80s, even the late 70s, even or 90s. Yeah, you kind of would have been brought up on Star Wars, and this whole beginning is just absolutely epic, man. It's just absolutely wicked. But I can see that the text is stretched, right? I'm still going to play it this way. Now, remember, Robert works amazingly well, amazingly fast. He may even drop in. Sometimes he drops into the streams on a Saturday. So if we see him, it'll be absolutely awesome, man. Yeah, so we can see it with that text, but when I'm actually playing it in game, even though I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to aspect ratio, guys, let me press start because I've done this mission. Right, let me put the volume back up now. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to aspect ratio. I try and play everything in the correct aspect ratio. It's very, very rare that I'll deviate from that, right? So, man, it's just, yeah, it is. Yeah, for this, I'm kind of liking it. I like the fact that I'm using all the real estate, man. Ziggurattis, I still can't make the call work with CRTs. Okay, do you know what? I don't actually have a CRT, and that's just not something I can assist with whatsoever, man. I wish I've had a CRT. I always, you know, whenever I see PVMs, right, I always see regret, right? Because it was a building that was kind of under my department's watch, right? And what happens with certain buildings, you know, without going too much, I never directly mention my work or anything because we have like, very strict social media policies, right? But we had a building and it was going to builders to be redeveloped. Now, in like one of the offices, they had a very, very old PVM in there. But this is like maybe a year and a bit ago, and I looked at the PVM, and I'm so ignorant, guys, and I'm not ashamed to share it, right? I looked at the back, I didn't see a SCART port, I didn't see, like, you know, the yellow and red and white cables, whatever they're called, what is it, wire? Okay, I'm terrible, right? Forget all this stuff. So it didn't have the SCART cable, and I was like, nah, this is probably something really, really weird. And then when I got more and more into retro gaming, started doing stuff on the channel, I was like, hold on, that was a PVM, and that PVM would have been destroyed, man. I could have just had it for nothing. And you know what, even though I haven't got space for like a CRT, that's a consumer CRT, that PVM, I think I could have made space for that, guys. I could have made space for it. I think it could have worked. But you know what, I'm not a guy that has sour grapes or kind of dreads on things that I may have missed. That's one thing that always gets me, and I think the reason for that is because so many people are out there just going, hey man, check out my awesome PVM, and I'm kind of looking at it and thinking I could have had one of those for like diddly squat, right? You know, a lot of monitors I've got, the monitor I use for editing I got as a freebie from work. That was nice. The monitor that I play on is not one I got from work. It's not very bright, but it's very, very responsive, so I kind of picked that over anything else, right? While we're getting this, let's go back quickly and let's just turn it back and let's see how much of an influence that actually has. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind playing it like this, it's fine. But for example, now let's have a look at those, what they call the probe droids, right? So let's go back and let's see if that probe droid kind of looks clearer, right? Because if it does, cool. Destroy the probe droid. Wow, things are clearer, man. It's literally like I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. It's amazing. Let me try and get a good angle on it or something. Okay, let's try and get like a probe droid on the right. Right, okay. Let's give it a pause here because we can see them quite small here, right? On the right hand side of the menu. It might be a bit too small depending on where you're looking at it, right? Let's go. And so clean HDMI. Yeah, so if you look at the stuff around the edge of like the Rebellion logo, the Rebels logo, you know, if I kind of flick through it, you can see that little igloo kind of house, clean HDMI. I mean, to be honest, the igloo I would say looks better with the original than with a clean HDMI. It kind of loses some of that roundness kind of shape, but some of the smaller stuff looks really, really good, guys. Like, wow. Okay, so let's go clean HDMI again, and then we'll start, you know, maybe load up another game. I've got like I've got a list. I've got a list that I can access. Sorry, I've got like the screen there, so we can have a look at that. But guys, this is what a great feature, man. I remember Al saying, so Big Al, a good friend, is also a mod over in the Discord. He said that some of the stuff is hit and miss, but like it is with Robert, man, you know, the guy just works on stuff and he works quickly on stuff. So likely a lot of the stuff here will get improved. There'll be a lot of quality of life stuff. I mean, just already now we're getting better than original hardware, man, on a core that was considered impossible. Belmont, I can see you in the house, man. I'm going to read the chat in just a second. Let me all right, I'm not taking control at the moment. Let me load up this other web page, right, and have a look. So okay, so there's a game called Aiden Chronicles First Mage. Let's give that a little shot. Let's have a look. Okay, so no, I really know nothing about this Aiden game, you know. Let's have a look. Okay, Aiden Chronicles the First Mage. Make sure we've got the USA version. Yep. Okay, cool. That's loading. Meanwhile, let me have a look at the chat. Wicked. And yeah, guys, thank you everyone for the super likes. Raheem Masters, who else? Sorry, Scandal, Raheem Masters, Alan D. Wicked, man. Super, super appreciated, guys. Absolutely awesome. What we're looking at chat here. Okay, wicked. Yeah, do you know what? There is a list. VG sent me one. Well, I found it as well, but he sent me the same list, and I was like, okay, I need to investigate further. It says like about the expansion pack, but on the same page, it's got a list. It's got. In fact, let me paste you what I'm looking at over here. Hopefully, YouTube won't delete links from me, right? Because oops, sorry, I should do it in this window, as that interferes, right? So here's a link. Hopefully, it will show up. Where? Hey, hold on. Should be a link there, guys. Is that a hyperlink, or has that come up like a hyperlink? Yeah, Robert is amazing, man. Why has that not? All right, why has that not come up as a link? That's really, really weird, guys. Is that a link? Have I got a hyperlink there? No, I'm not sure what's going on. Right, let me try and do it without the HTTP. Bear with me, guys. Let's see if it does this. Right, let's see if I can paste this. No, okay, guys. What you're seeing down there, just add the HTTP : / whatever it is. Sorry, I can't remember what it's called. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Aiden Chronicles, the first mage. Let's now go in. I kind of like switching the stuff off and on, man. I don't know why. It's just a lot of fun doing it because you can do it on the fly, man. Okay, so that's original, clean, and I don't know. It's a little bit of a dark image. It's not the brightest of images, right? But I don't know. Hopefully, it's not too much of a big adventure game. Oh, I can't even remember if I left it on or off now. Right, so we're on clean HDMI. Let's go new game. Yeah, I'll go with that name. Okay. Again, yeah. I honestly. I don't know which one I like, I don't know if I like original. I don't know if I like everything kind of blurred or if I kind of like it crisp, right? Yeah, I mean, like the clean HDMI, it makes it look like almost like a modern remaster, right? Whereas the original kind of mode makes it more look like an N64. So interesting, right? On how you want to play it. Yeah, clean HDMI. Original. Right, let's go clean HDMI. Never played this game, but can I? Oh, I can skip stuff. I do like the fact that I'll press start and I'll skip some things there. So that's awesome, man. How's everyone doing? Yo, TMS, how are you, man? Dave Rodus, wicked. Thank you for tuning in. LL, wicked, man. Absolutely awesome. Nice to have a whole bunch of people here tonight. Well, hello. Is it me you're looking for? Hello, Kendall. Right, what were you saying now? Right, okay, so let's now go again. Guys, this video is going to be a lot of switching it off and switching it on. Here you go, we can see his bottom half down there. We can see the portrait as well. So the portrait obviously looks a little bit more pixelated when we go clean HDMI. Without it, it looks a little bit softer. Again, guys, it's difficult. I really don't know what I like. I have no idea what I like with this, right? I've enjoyed playing the N64 with just the basic, whatever the kind of original kind of settings are, right? I spoke to your wife. Don't speak to my wife. Leave my wife alone. We're together. We don't need you. Wicked. All right. Okay, give me control, man. I don't want... Okay, yep, we've got control. Let's... I don't think you can assign hotkeys to switch a particular options off and on, but that would be really, really nice for the videos, without going into the menu. Okay, let's see what these bald guys look like once we kind of do the option on them, right? Okay, so this is off now. Okay, yeah, let's go back on. Okay. Oh, okay, there's a way I can, if I just press the menu button, it'll bring me straight back here. Cool, all right, I need to do it that way. It'll be a little bit quicker, right? So, yeah, again, I'm too indecisive about this. I have no idea which one I like. Like, what one do you prefer, guys? Wow. Okay. I'm happy. Okay, you're happy. I'm happy. We're all happy. The two little dwarf brothers. Right, let's go. Let's get into something else, man, because this is going to be an adventure, and adventures just kind of suck everything up, right? So, next one, armorines, right? Let's have a look at armorines. So, armorines. Okay, so it's good the list is alphabetical. I know it's got one of the Castlevania games in there, so that's interesting, right? Me being a Castlevania fan, I think Legacy of Darkness, is it called? Ori the Retro Gamer, good evening, man. Yo, wicked. This is Ori, guys, lives down the road from me, man. He's a local guy, man. Wicked. Yeah, do you know what? I had like an annual leave day to take Kato, so I took that off, and man, I just really like streaming, man. Obviously, I've done the weekly news video. I was up till late last night. I just wanted to get it finished because I was supposed to be going to my friend's restaurant on Sunday, and but instead I went to it today, and he's coming around tomorrow, so I'm going to take him to the arcade. So, okay, let's see what it does on the title screen, right? We can see the armorines up there. So let's go, and again, it makes it a little bit bigger, but does it fill up the screen? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe. All right, so let's go the clean HDMI route. And maybe we find somewhere to pause it, we'll pause it. Oh, I was supposed to do KI Gold. Let me do Killer Instinct Gold after this one, man, just to kind of see how things are. So, okay, I saw a little bit of, saw the screen kind of went funny there for a second. Yeah, do you know what, Belmont, I have been working hard on it, right? But to be honest, like, do you know what, good things are kind of coming out of this now. And I really hope that one day, not necessarily just the YouTube stuff, but I hope I can land other things with this, right? I mean, I'll still have a day job, but at some point maybe I can land another day job where I can carry on doing the content, and I can use kind of YouTube to kind of get other stuff, right? To get other things. I mean, it's kind of, it's opening some doors, right? You know, I'm consulting with a company that's making a handheld FPGA, so opportunities are rising. Not necessarily a lot of money involved in it, or any money at times, but I'm kind of, I guess I'm making my mark on the retro gaming scene, and I hope it does lead to something good, right? I mean, there's a lot of good. Wow, okay, is this what this game is? A first-person shooter? Classic Nintendo inverted controls just messes my brain. How do I shoot this thing? Okay, so it's A to shoot. Wow, guys, I would have liked this game back in the day, right? Let's so how am I gonna walk? Okay, cool. Right, let's do again. Right, okay, so now let's go straight to that option. Oh, sorry, it's got that saving thing in there. Okay, right, a big difference. Yes, a big difference, especially like when we look at the side, right, where you've got the holes in the floor, you can notice a big difference there. So this is really good. So let's do a little bit of it in original mode, right? These games so confuse me. And then what we'll do is we'll go back. Let me walk back again, and then we'll do the same walk again, but we'll do it with everything on, right? So a little look here, look around. So this is all original mode. We'll do the same thing. So let's do that. Let's now go to, okay, wow. Ooh, sorry, let me leave it on that and then do here. Right, guys, there's a big difference, man. You know what, it feels like I'm like, okay, so it doesn't, do you know what it reminds me of? I don't think to myself that I'm playing Nintendo 64. I feel like I'm playing like an early days PC game now. You know, like, I can't even remember the computers. You know when you had like Half-Life 1 and you had like the PCs that were around in that day and age? It feels like I'm on one of those PCs playing it now. Like, you know, going back here will take us back to like the N64 days now, right? But yeah, going over here again will take us to, pardon me, will take us to that kind of new PC game type of vibe. Very interesting, man. Wicked. Ori the Retro Gamer, yeah, it's a new update. So Robert added, this was a few days ago, he added the HDMI hack for 480p and just better kind of options. Someone can probably explain it a lot better than I can in here. Right, this thing is killing me here. How do I? Okay, I kind of killed it. Right, okay. Let's now go and do Killer Instinct before I go back to that list, because someone mentioned it in here and it's interesting. But guys, I would have liked this game back in the day, man. I don't think I knew this. I was kind of expecting a 2D game here, right? So let's go KI. Because, you know what, we all love a bit of KI, right? So Killer Instinct Gold. USA, right? Let's do this. And it's amazing that Robert has got this working, right? Because this was a game that was difficult to run. Like, it would just, whether it was lack of memory or whatever it was, you could see it. It would start the game and it would just crash, man. Let's have a look. Clean HDMI might be differing. Okay, cool. We can do that. Let's have a look at that. Wicked. Nice one. Always appreciate that. See, Cyber, I miss you in the streams, man. You're like, you have the brain that I wish I had, man. I'm like the scarecrow. I need to come and see you, man. You know, I've got a little bit of straw up there, man. Actually, no, I'm shooting myself down, right? I'm not that bad, but you know what it is. You always have to look at those around you and think, wow, those guys are geniuses, and you want to better yourself, right? You know, you don't want to be like, I'm the best person out there. That kind of leads to arrogance, right? So divvying off, right? So what we got here? Okay, so look, can we do divvying off in? Okay, cool. So we've got divvying off. So okay, that's interesting. So let's see if we can spot anything on their feet. So that's clean HDMI. To be honest, there's not really much. I don't know. Is it me or am I? Let's put divvying back on. Okay, that's false original. Right. So let's go. Maybe pause it somewhere. Right. So maybe let me start a game. Have they got training mode in here? Oh, wicked! I'm so glad it's got training. Right. Do you remember a lot of older games, they didn't have training, right? Back in the Street Fighter 2 days and everything else, it just never had training. Has it got... I really like... you know what? I'm going to have to go Jago, right? Is Jago here? No? Because he's like Ken and Ryu, right? Why is it... Okay, that's got to be Jago, right? Why Jago versus Jago? I didn't actually pick Jago as the secondary character. Right, so... let's try and have a look. Let's expand them out a little bit. Okay, cool. Okay, that's cool. So we can see them through the menu. So we should be able to see the changes, at least on the character models, instantaneously, right? Guys, I'm not seeing anything. There's nothing here. There's nothing here, guys. Divvying. Okay. Yeah, not really. Not really here, right? So for KI... okay, maybe a little bit. I'm noticing it in... yeah, I'm noticing it in... all right, so if you look around... if you look above the two-player Jago, right? If you just look above his head, that kind of shape you've got, I'm noticing, like, clarity there when I'm doing clean HDMI. And also above the one-player Jago, whatever... that, I don't know what it is. Looks like some kind of tail or whatever with the little white bit at the top. You can notice some stuff there more than anything else, right? But I don't know. Yeah, maybe not for this game. Let's do a little bit of a round. Oops, should leave it on that. Okay. And the cooking. Okay, no dash in this game. Okay, cool. Right, let's just kind of whack them in the nuts there for a whole bit of time. Let's see what it's like when it's closer, right? Yeah, not really. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff there. It's not massive, right? I'm looking at two-player Jago. I'm looking at his kind of like his kneecaps, right? I can notice like a little bit of a difference there, but it's nothing significant on this. This isn't one of the ones that you know, I would like to think yeah, benefits from this hugely, right? But that's my thing, right? I have old eyes as well, so maybe some of you guys can spot something that I can't, right? Let's have a look. What else is here? So, okay, Army Men, Sarge's Heroes. We can on Sarge's Heroes 2. So both the Army Men games, right? We can do that if anyone. Mike Jeff. Oh, okay, Mike Jack. Say, yo, Mike, how you doing, man? Nice to have you here as well. So it's divvying near the bottom, right? Okay, so. Okay, cool. Got it. That was D-Diver, right? Thank you. Right, so let's do the same thing again, right? So we got divvying off. And we can play about with those. Thanks, Mike Jackson. I'm glad I spotted that that in chat, you know, because I end up losing a lot of stuff in the chat. Okay, can't 2D games sprites like Wicked Rakuga Kids. Right, we can do Rakuga Kids. Let's go Rakuga Kids now, right? Okay, so Rakuga Kids. Okay, so it was only Europe and Japan. So let's go Let's go to Japanese version. I can't remember if PAL's forced to 60 hertz. Yo, Gov, my Xbox is back in the house. Right time for a bit of Billy the Kid. I don't think we got Billy the Kid on here, but Gav, I hope you are doing well, man. You are well missed, man. You know, Pilot Wings would be a good example, right? So Rakuga Kids, wow, really do like the graphics on this, man. Something about those kind of reminds me of that one of some of them Yoshi games, right? Which one was it? Am I thinking about the one on the DS? So here we go. Okay, not much in the title screen. We've got, okay, so we've got dithering off. Cool. Right, let's go back. Let's maybe, did I have it on or off? Right, I can't even remember now. Video, audio. Right, okay, so let's put it on. Let's, got to remember, just press, if I press the menu button again, it goes straight back into that option, which makes things a little bit handy, right? Okay, let's go into game modes. Okay, let's go training. No, let's go practice mode, right? And hopefully we can put something on and just kind of mess about with it. Oh, by the way, you know what? There's a game I want you guys to see, right? And it's kind of unrelated to the topic of this video, but I think it's just an amazing ROM hack. It really does make me laugh, right? Let's I know that character from another game, man. Wow, okay. Or am I just thinking of this game when I've done this before in a previous video, man? Right, so let's go Tinkle Town. I think, in fact, I think last time I tried this game was when, yeah, let's go here. Was when it didn't actually work, man. So amazing that it's working now, man. So, seriously, such an amazing core, man. Like, so amazing. Okay, we are rumbling. We don't want to rumble because we're training mode. Oh wow, you actually. Okay, cool. Right, so let's put them on the edge. Let's bring up that menu and let's see, like they say in a ghetto part of the country, Wagwan. What is guaning? That is. Does anyone actually hear? Does anyone watch Top Boy on Netflix? Do you know what? That's actually quite noticeable. Look at the two characters, right? Clean HDMI and original, right? So let's go. What? So with original, okay, not really making. I'm not noticing anything with dithering, but let's go video, clean HDMI. Yeah, dithering's not making much of a thing there. Okay, interesting, right? Even with the texture filter off now, I think I prefer it with it on. So we'll leave that on as default, unless you guys want to see changes. Yeah, interesting. Again, I'm not quite sure which one I prefer, man. Usually I'm quite all right with what I like. You know, part of me tells me I like it like this. Part of me then tells me I like it like this. I'm very confused here, guys. Very confused. But let's leave clean HDMI on because that's the main thing we're doing. Now I like, okay, got a punch, got a kick. Wow. Hey man, it's a 6-button fighting game. Bang in, wow. Guys, I never knew that. I got fireballs. I got dragon punches. I got a hurricane kick. Okay, I need to play this game another time. I had no idea this was a fighting game. Wow, and it's got the moveset from Street Fighter, man. Look, Hadouken, amazing. Wow, look how high that goes. Okay, so let's see. Has he got a? Can I? All right, let's try something. Okay. Okay, wow. He's even got, like, you know, look, medium kick into fireball or dragon in that case. I carried the forward. What, guys? This is amazing. I'm gonna be playing this game. Wow, look at the supers in that. I wish if I played this game earlier, man. Astronaut Ryu, damn it, man, amazing. TMS. Right, you know what? Okay, we're going to do Duke Nukem 0 Hour. But before we do that, I'm going to play this game later, man. I'm probably going to forget it. I need to remember Rakuga Kids. I want to go back out. I just want to have a look at... I featured this one time before, right? But there's a... You're going to see it in the title. Is it under S? Yeah, guys, you got to see this, man. This is amazing. Wow, like, you know, like there's ROM hacks. This ROM hack just blew me away. But while the intro kind of comes on, right? Wicked. Let's have a look. So Clean. Oh, wicked. Thyrokum, you like the clean HDMI look? Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm very undecided about it, man. Scandal UK like the clean HDMI, and I like the original. But which is better? There's only one way to find out. Yeah, try it out for yourself, guys. Right? Try it out for yourself. That is the best way to find out. Right? Look at this. This is amazing, right? Right. Where are we now? It's been a few months since I booted up my MiSTer. I should do that this weekend, dude. The MiSTer's amazing. But in all honesty, right? If I wasn't doing the content stuff, I would play it less. Not because I dislike it or anything, right? I just play stuff on games, man. I spend like 90% of my work is in front of a PC, right? So the habits I've got are in front of a PC as well. So like sitting in front of like where I game now, right? Because what my situation is, the kids have overtaken the front room. My gaming is reduced to a corner in a bedroom. I've got a really small desk. Everything's compact, right? I'm a PC gamer when it comes to like the modern games. So I've got I've got a decent PC with an RTX 3070, 32 gig of RAM, like a decent processor as well. I think a 5800X or something. So I'm good with the spec at the moment, right? I play on that, but when I come to play a game in front of my PC or in front of the TV, it starts, because of the amount of YouTube stuff I do, the amount of work I do, I spend too much time in front of my actual desk. I love playing in bed, man. Like, you know, and playing in bed's always a good thing, even if you haven't got a console with you, right? But if you have got a console with you, it is fun too, right? So whether I take the Analog Pocket, the Steam Deck, the Switch, I mean, there's so many handhelds out now, right? I've loved handhelds from Game & Watch to the Game Boy. It's always been a way for escape to me, right? So I don't play so much on it. But let's do a lap of this, right? I've got to show you this. Amazing, look at it. Guys, we have got like the Simpsons Mario Kart, right? So let's go GP. I'm going to go 50cc because I'm lame like that. But look at it. Homer, Bart, Marge, Lisa, Ned Flanders, Krusty the Clown, Chief Wiggum, and Apu. And I think when I've done it in a video earlier, I kind of picked Apu because, you know, he's got, hello, I'm Apu. He's just got that epic accent, right? And, but I don't know which one to go for, right? Okay, right, while I'll flick through the visual options. Guys, pick me a character. Let me know what character you want to see, right? And in the meantime, I'll flick that. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'll wait like, you know, 15, 20 seconds. So, but in the meantime, we'll look at, okay, again in this, yeah, clean HDMI, not clean HDMI. Again, very difficult to decide. We're going to leave it on clean HDMI, right? But let's have a look at this. So, guys, what character do you guys want me to be? Like, I'm staying on here. Give me a character. Wiggum, wicked Scandal. Haha, nice. I like, you know what? I like Ralph Wiggum, right? I mean, I haven't watched Simpsons for a long time, right? Like, okay, so Ralph Wiggum, I absolutely love. There was a kid that, when I had the game shop, like his parents had a shop a few doors down, he used to hang out in there. It's literally like Ralph Wiggum. But look, the Duff Cup. Look at the stages and everything, right? Have they? Yeah, they've renamed everything to kind of go along like the Simpsons, to go along with like what the Simpsons is like, right? So everything has been renamed. Amazing, absolutely amazing, right? Wicked, Rainbow Road, Wriggle 7, like, guys, like, there's a lot of good ROM hacks out there, man. This one, like, it blew me away. Let's do Road Rage, right? Because I think Highway to Hell, right, is I want to see what other traffical references are in here. Look at even a soundtrack. Hopefully it's loud enough. Wicked. Let me turn it up a bit. Oops, sorry. I'm turning the sound up a bit, guys. Oh, here we go. Actually, you know what? That's a good start for Chief Wiggum, right? Going with that whole police thing, right? Where and his character, right? He's just slower than everyone else. Guys, some people don't like this stage. This is one of my favorite stages. Wow, look at the power-ups as well. I've got a donut, right? Also, the donut is invincibility. Banging. I'll tell you one thing though, don't take that advice, you know, as gospel, as real life advice, right? Eating a donut will not make you invincible, right? I can even tell you, I speak from experience. I like donuts, right? But yeah, man, they're only going to make you fat, likely, you know, lead to diabetes if you're not diabetic already, right? So yeah, be careful with donuts, right? Don't listen to this game. Wow, look at that. I got 3 buzz beers, man. I'm rocking. Okay, that makes sense, right? You have a little buzz, you become a little faster. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'll only do one race of this, guys, and then we'll kind of go back to testing some other stuff out. But, man, Like, honestly, I saw this and I was thinking, is this just like a lazy job? I wanted to kind of do a separate video on this, right? But I didn't do it. I think I ended up kind of featuring it in one of the core update videos, man. But I've not been able to kind of keep up with it, man. But to be honest, you know, a good friend of mine, Video Game Esoterica, he just does a wicked job of updating, keep like doing the core updates one. And once in a while, when I see something on the Discord, or I see Robert tweet something, and I see Video Game Esoterica kind of talk about it, I'm like, okay, you know what, I want to do a video. But I really do enjoy doing the live streams, man. Maybe one day I could get VGE on here with me, you know. We can talk some nonsense and whatever. Okay, again, absolutely love this, man. How brilliant is this? Wow, look at that. I'm triple duff up now again, man. Let me fire. Okay, that was the green shell, right? I love it. So the duff with the mushrooms and the duff with the bananas as well, man. So I can duff people up, right? Oh, what? I've got what? Okay, that's one of Marge's sisters. What does she give you? Is that Marge's? It looks like Marge's sister. What have I got? Okay, I don't know what Marge's sister is. I want to use it. Oh, Marge's sister's the ghost. Doesn't the ghost steal something for you, or was that in like the later Mario Karts? I can't remember. Honestly, can't remember. But wow, this very, very well thought out, right? I mean, it's amazing, right? So again, I haven't looked too much into who did this. I did initially when I got it, but I can't remember now. So you've got someone that, like, obviously grew up watching The Simpsons, and at the same time, like, you know, grew up with Mario Kart, with an N64, kind of like me, right? And so they've used their talents to make this, man. I mean, like, props. I mean, this is spending, like, I love passion projects, right? You like something so much yourself, you're spending all of your free time, or, you know, a large amount of your free time for a specific period of time to bring something to the masses, man. And I mean, this is just a gift, right? I mean, guys, is anyone still watching Simpsons, right? Because I don't know, when I watch it now, and I know I always refer to this, but since I stopped hanging out with Mary Jane, man, I don't find a lot of stuff interesting anymore. Maybe I could watch some of the older Simpsons episodes, right? But I can't get into any of the new ones, man. I tried watching Simpsons like recently, guys. It just doesn't cut it for me anymore, man. Sorry, I'm talking so much, my mouth's going dry. Let me take a little sip of some orange juice that my wife prepared for me. Just to add a little bit of context to that, right? That isn't fresh orange juice or anything like that. It's actually just dilute that I had. Yeah, the older ones were funny, SNK Kevin. I really, really liked them, man. They used to be, so they weren't on terrestrial TV here. They used to be on a channel called Sky One, and a friend of mine used to record them on VHS, and I used to go around there, like, I think they were on every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. And I used to go around there either Sunday evening or Monday, and then we used to chill and watch it, man. I miss my friend, man. He's major problem with drugs, man. Like, he doesn't even answer my calls or anything there. I was supposed to meet him after like not seeing him for over a decade, man. And I know the guy just got hired. I'm teetotal, so he couldn't come out, man. I really wish if he did. I was only gonna go for a meal with him, and then just kind of take him out, you know. But that's that. Never mind. Right, I'm just gonna go back to that website quickly, right? And let's have a look what's on here. So I kind of want to do, should we do Castlevania next? I can't remember if anyone had the request in there. I don't want to blank all your requests, right? I can't see not anything jump on. I've been through part. Bagel Shop was wicked, man. I got a good story about that, actually. I'll go into that once we load up the next game. So let's go Castlevania, right? Legacy of Darkness. Right, okay. Oh, sorry, I'm in ROM hacks. I'm thinking, like, what's happened to all my games? Let's go back out. Get into no intro. Castlevania, which one is it? Oh, here we go, Legacy of Darkness, right? So I always press like a key on the keyboard if I've got a big list of games, right? And it takes me to that letter. So obviously I just press C for Castlevania. But what's really funny is my friend who got me into the MiSTer never knew that. Oh, we want high resolution, boys and girls. Okay, awesome stuff, right? Wicked. Let's see what's happening. So Ori, is it the Happening Bakery, the one in Finsbury Park? wicked. I remember clubbing one day, and you know, it was a mellow night. It wasn't a substance night, as to say, right? And I remember getting on a 19 bus, very, very specifics, right? Coming home on bus after some place in Chelsea, getting the 19 bus. I think, am I seeing an image of the previous game or something there? Okay, I'm doing it really, really fast. So, no, okay. Right, let's leave it on clean HDMI and dithering off, right? Let's put it off. Okay, cool. So I remember coming back clubbing, and then on Blackstock Road, getting off at that stop, before the last stop at Finsbury Park, right? And all I did was, man, we smelt that bakery in the morning, and it smelled amazing, right? I went in there with my buddy Chris, and we just bought, like, the bagels were so fresh, and they were only like 15p back then or something, really, really cheap, right? Guys, we just bought these bagels, they were freshly baked. You didn't need anything in there. You didn't need like a cheese bagel, a tuna bagel, or whatever bagel, whatever toppings you had. Turkey was a popular one as well back then. Right. It was just amazing. These bagels were melting like in our mouths, right? It was amazing. To this day, I've never had a better bagel than that. It was a time and a place, and you could smell these bagels around the corner, man. Every time I pass it, I pass it every so often, right? At Finsbury Park. My kids love Finsbury Park. I take them around there, but it's wet at the moment. You know, around summertime we go Finsbury Park quite a lot. It's a cheap way. My boys can run around, wear themselves out. I'll take sometimes their friends join them and whatnot. And yeah, it's an amazing place, man. I grew up there. It's nice to take my kids there as well now. And you know, like where people joke about things are rough and everything there. Yeah, you don't, you know, when you go to the kids section there's not really any crackheads or anything there. Wicked, man. Yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. So I like games where you've got like intros and stuff, because then we can just kind of let that roll, man. So again, Robert is just absolutely amazing what he does, man. I'm not too fond of these Castlevanias. I'm a big Castlevania fan, man. Maybe after this stream or something, I might go chill out and maybe try and play. I keep trying to play the ones on the Steam Deck, but then I keep dying. Sorry, when I say the Steam Deck, you know, the 3D ones, I know they're not highly regarded, right? But what is it? I forget what they're called now, because Legacy of Darkness is this one. Lord of Shadows, that's it. Lord of Shadows 1 and Part 2. I've got both of them. But yeah, I just need to kind of like sort those out, man, and play those well. Yeah, do you know what? There's a really famous one, Ori, a really famous bagel shop in Brick Lane, but apparently that's closed now. Closed recently. I saw an article on that. That's not something that I ever tried. I mean, I used to go Brick Lane to the market, Petticoat Lane, when I was younger. But bagels for me were around was that the happening bagel bakery in Finsbury Park, man. It was amazing, like amazing. I remember when it first opened. Amazing place. What's Mad Jack saying? How far are we realistically before we get CPS3 on MiSTer? Right, so in regard to CPS3 on MiSTer, sorry, let me turn the sound down a bit. It's looking a bit loud when I'm looking at visual levels, right? So in regard to CPS3, it's something that Otago kind of began work very, very early kind of work, right? In regard to, like, what was the right word to say it, right? To getting the schematics, or like decapping the custom chips, right? But it's got a lot of custom chips on there. It's no small job. I really want CPS3. Like I'm a big Street Fighter fan. I wouldn't say I'm a very good anymore. Whenever I go and play now, the competition's just too high. I might get an odd win, but the guys are a lot better. I really want CPS3. And when I got my MiSTer, it was for CPS2. With the hope of getting CPS3, I really do hope we get that, right? And hopefully it will get developed. You know, there's other FPGA projects that have said that they're going to be doing CPS3, but you know, none of those are established projects yet, right? The only thing that's established and tangible at the moment is the MiSTer. So hopefully we will get it for the MiSTer. There's a certain developer out there that also said that stuff like CPS3 will have to have dual RAM. There's no getting around that. I'm not techie enough to know it, right? But then a lot of people said that N64 was impossible, like it just can't happen, right? But we have N64. I'm not from a technological background. I'm just a guy that likes playing games and talking a whole load of crap, right? So I don't know that much tech stuff, guys. When I do the weekly videos, right, honestly, sometimes I'm reading stuff and I've got no idea what I'm talking about. Like I'm reading it, 10% of it makes sense, right? But I'm reading it, so I get, so for example, now a lot of people I speak to in this space, they're like dons in technology. They start telling me stuff, and you know, we're having a conversation on Discord or via email, and they're going through stuff, right? It might be a voice chat, a Discord meeting, a Teams meeting. They're telling me stuff. Seriously, I have no idea. I literally like have to say, can I get bullet points in layman's terms that I can give out, right? You know, and luckily enough, most people kind of, you know, kind of help me out with that, where I can get the layman point across. Because my thing is, I like games. I grew up playing games. I got back into games. I never left games, but I played them a lot more. Let's start this up now. So I'll stop looking at chat and stop. What's that? Oh, remember the battery dead sea? Yeah, do you know what? There's a hack you can do on the board actually, LL. My friend has got that one done. Where is it called, the Phoenix hack or something, where you bypass the battery. It requires a little bit of skill, and that's a big shout out to Tom, who actually arranges a lot of or used to arrange a lot of the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo tournaments. So what he's like the main tech guy for Heart of Gaming, HOG it's known as. It's an arcade in South kind of London, in an area called Croydon. So Tom's a really nice guy. He actually modded my friend's board so the battery wasn't required. Okay guys, this is looking good, like wow, good. Wow, I like it like this. Let me swap it back to let's swap it back to not so clean, right? And we'll see. Okay, so this is one of the options, right? Let's have a look at our other option, right? Right, okay. Yeah, I've got to say I'm sold. Clean HDI, clean HD. If I was to play this, this is how I would play it, man. Okay. Do you know what, like with modern games now, they're so hold your hand now, and you know what, I don't complain. Like there's a lot of games where I don't spend a lot of time playing modern games, right? So I say to myself, why am I putting this on normal difficulty or hard? Like, why not just play it on easy? Then part of me says, don't play easy difficulty, that's for cowards, right? But then I'm like, I'm never going to finish this game. My catalog, I mean, I've seen some people's catalogs, it's massive, right? My catalog, my Steam catalog, for example, isn't a massive catalog. It's quite small. I might have like 400 or 500 games on there, but I've only completed like maybe 5 of them, so I've got a whole bunch of games in there. So I personally think I should really be playing stuff on easy mode. Okay, there is a white jewel. Oh, okay, do I want to save? Nah, let's not save. Okay, let's crouch. I don't even know what I'm doing there. Can I attack that thing? Nice. Okay, the D-pad's the camera, which you kind of presume. I'm going down here. Let me just jump down here. Okay, cool. But again, guys, this is looking really good. Wow, super impressive, guys. I mean, back when this came out on the N64, I was a fan of Castlevania, always have been, but not to that extent. I'll tell you when I really got into a Castlevania was a Symphony of the Night, and more so on the Game Boy Advance, man. Wow, on the Game Boy Advance, like Circle of the Moon as a launch game, playing on a Game Boy Advance without backlighting. Absolutely loved it, man. Absolutely loved it. And on top of that, what was the other one as well? Harmony of Dissonance and Area of Sorrow. Area of Sorrow is amazing, man. I mean, I'd go as far as saying that I may prefer that over Symphony of the Night. I mean, Symphony of the Night is Symphony of the Night, right? It'll always be Symphony of the Night, but Area of Sorrow is fantastic. And that's what really got me into Castlevania a bit more, especially looking at ROM hacks and everything as well, like later on, right? Let's go and have a look at another game. And let me have a look at the list now, see what else kind of stands out there. Okay, right. Okay, Command and Conquer has high resolution textures. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so, okay, Daiktana. Hopefully that's in there, right? Hopefully we've got Daiktana in here. No, okay, I don't know if Daiktana's in prototypes or something. Right, okay, so that's not here. Let's see, because someone asked for that before and I didn't quite have that. It's not that, it's definitely not there. No, I don't have Daiktana. Okay, that's a shame because that's on the list. It's not an... No, okay, it's not. Right, okay, let's have a look. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at a list here a second. I'll be Right. Donkey Kong 64 might have something in it. Let's have a look. Okay, sorry, someone said Duke Nukem, didn't they? Okay, so Duke Nukem as a high resolution pack. So cool. I've seen that on the list and my memory just triggered that someone asked for that. So let's go Duke Nukem. Where are you, Duke? Okay. Okay, sorry, here we go. Duke Nukem. Kind of forgetting my alphabet here. Let's go USA, right? USA, USA, USA. Hey. Okay, interesting. So we should be already on the clean HDMI. Cool. Okay, with dithering off. Oops, should really, sorry. There we go. Always forget to press the menu button. Let me have a look at chat while that kind of boosts off. Oh, wicked. Nice one, TMS. Yeah, do you know what? I don't know how much of... Well, maybe we'll go back and revisit that, or we'll go back to that. Wicked. Yep, TMS, we've got Duke Nukem 0 Hour. Absolutely awesome. Oh, wicked. Mad Jack McMad. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do some of them old games, man. Some of them, they're a little bit janky, the controls. Back then, we were more... It was easier to kind of get around with them, right? Duke... I'm gonna call gets a bit better. Yeah, man. Wicked. Yeah. Hail to the king. Yeah, I remember my cousin, my older cousin, he's like 3, 4. I can't remember. I know he's older than me, right? At least a couple of years, right? He really got into Duke Nukem, man. He was like, yeah, man, there's a bar in there with like ladies and all of that. Like, he just absolutely loved it, man. He just kept, you know, when someone keeps going on about a game like it's like the best game ever, right? That's what he was saying. So cool. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, this is kind of interesting, right? Okay, let's have a look. Sorry, Eva. Ah, okay, cool. Right, okay, that's interesting. I didn't actually realize, right? So I've got my stream open in one tab. When I go to another tab, right, what happens is the stream pauses and it plays it a little bit behind. And I kind of like to keep an eye on that to see. So it was showing it way behind. That was interesting. Oh no, we just let anyone in here these days. Funny, you're streaming clean HDMI and I was just shooting my PVM and talk about 480i N64 stuff on the television. It was meant for. Amazing. Wicked. Well, VGE, you know what? Thank you for your help. Always appreciate you know, all the behind the scenes help you give me, man. You're a good guy. I enjoy talking to you, man. You know, another crazy YouTube guy just like myself, man. So good stuff. What am I doing here, man? Am I going to get out of here? We're in London, England. I'm from London, England. This game's really dark, guys. You know, the display I've got, like I said, isn't really the best out there. But let's have a look, right? Hopefully we'll get to a bit that's a bit more light. But okay. Oh wow. Okay, this one, no ifs or buts. I prefer it with the clean HDMI, man. It just looks so much better. Everything just looks better. So that's good to know. Oh, it's got those weird ass controls, right? Am I just going in here? No? Okay, am I going activate the door? Ah, cool. First time now, nice. Okay, I was expecting this to be like a FPS, you know. Okay, cool. Okay, let's try that thing on here again. Clean HDMI. Yeah, guys, this is I don't know. What do you guys think? Which one is looking better, right? Wow. Yeah, man. I'm clean HDMI. I'm sold for this game. Definitely. You know, other games, I'm like, okay, is it this? Is it that? Nope. This one, clean HDMI all the way, man. It looks really, really good. And again, a big shout out to, let's do some shouts out, right? So a big shout out to Robert Pape, FPGA Asm Spaz, for the amazing work he does. You know, the fact that the cores are just made available to test for everyone on the MiSTer FPGA Discord. So guys, if you want this core, head over to MiSTer FPGA Discord. Actually, I think I forgot to add a link in the description, but someone's free if you can post one in here, provided YouTube doesn't block you from doing that. Amazing. And a big shout out to Mr. Addons as well. I've got a whole bunch of different HDMI adapters from him. So that's awesome. I'll be hopefully trying those out and doing a video. But the streams I've always marked them as sponsored by him, and that's because kindness equals kindness, guys. The guy is just super awesome to me, man. Really, really nice. No ulterior motives, just just straight out, you know. Imagine like he's not sponsored. I tell him, what do you want me to push? Now you're good. You're good, Pixel. Just carry on doing the adverts. I'm happy with the deal that we struck, you know. It makes me feel nice for the guy. Oh, by the way, guys, if anyone does want a reflex adapt, if you buy it from, how do I shoot? Oh, here we go. So if you buy it from, if you want to go to MiSTer add-ons, right? You can get $5 off a reflex adapt. So yeah, I think it's, I don't know how much it is, either 50 or 60, so it'll be like $45 or $55, right? So if you want a reflex adapt, there's a week-long promotion running, right, which ends, I don't know, maybe next Saturday or next Friday. But if you put in PCN at checkout, it will only work on a reflex adapt, right? Because one of the guys on my channel, I consider him a friend. He's a friend, and he's a regular on the channel. It's Philly. He asked, can we get a discount on that? So I asked Mr. Radons. I was like, dude, can we get a discount for like the viewers of the channel? And I said, you know, I made it clear. I said, look, I'm not really looking for kickback or anything on there. I just want, if you can do a code or something that if anyone's after one and that's what they want, then they can kind of get one. We're going down here. So yeah, PCN during checkout, you can get $5 off a reflex adapt. In regard to reflex adapt, guys, like it wasn't something I was interested in. But Pork Chop gave me one for free when I got my sponsorship deal, right? It wasn't anything required. He was just speaking about it, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I never realized playing on like an original SNES controller, you know, playing on a Mega Drive controller, anything like that. What else? Like even a PlayStation controller, not so much. I mean, that was all right? But playing on a SNES controller just took me back to my childhood. Playing Super Mario World on that controller just felt amazing. So, you know, don't necessarily sleep on it. And if you are after something, you know, use the PCN code on the discount. Yeah, on checkout. But yeah, man. Original controllers feel good. In fact, I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch Online controller now. Right, I got no idea where I'm getting here. So without kind of searching around a bit more, let's put another game. Should we put on? Has Perfect Dark got anything? Perfect Dark might be a good one to put up. Let's have a look. So okay, what's good about revision 1? Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of the chat. Okay, cute. Do you know what? Rage Source, the Saturn cores are fantastic. I like it a lot. I know it does have some issues, and in fact, with the latest updates, some of the previous games that were working well for me aren't working so well for me now. Yeah. Oh, wicked. Right, let's have a look. Wicked. Sorry, just catching up with some chat. Okay, we can do Hybrid Heaven. Hybrid Heaven, I recall that game now. I know we've checked that before. I think that might be one of the games Robert likes. No, that's Body Harvest. Body Harvest I was thinking of there. Hybrid Heaven, we can check that out. Might be a good test for clean HDMI. Yep, no worries, Cyber Akuma. If I forget, just mention it later in there. But yeah, clean HDMI, I'm definitely leaning towards that direction. I didn't realize Scano UK, Video Game Esoterica hated Castlevania. I always saw him as someone that liked Castle. Oh, you're joking there. Yeah, we both like Castlevania a lot, man. My 3 favorite game franchises of all time are Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, and Castlevania. Not in that particular order, right? I can't put them in order. But if I had to go to a desert island, you know, if you guys want to entertain it, let me know in comments below. What are your 3 favorite game franchises, right? Again, Monster Hunter for that kind of co-op multiplayer, grind, do parts. I can even go back into Monster Hunter now if I really wanted to, right? The game just never bloody ends. Street Fighter, because you know what, it's a good versus fighting game. It's good to play other humans on that. And Castlevania, yeah, man, it's like my favorite Metroidvania games. Now, when I say Castlevania games, I'm talking Metroidvania games. Guys, wow, sorry, look how clean that logo looks. Sorry, I was gonna go and turn it off on that logo. Oh wow, okay, let's quickly, I was trying to do it all quickly, never mind. And I just messed it up, I was too slow. Yeah, again, with this one, just how the logo is looking, right? Wow, okay. Let me press start. Maybe it'll take us to the logo. And guys, the logo you're seeing on the top left, man, that's from Deneto Designs, who's actually helping helping me with all the merchandise. So amazing stuff. He does really, really good logos. So you can see Mr. FPGA written in that perfect dark kind of font, right? I always forget the beginning of this, right? What the fuck? Oh, continue without a controller pack. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're dark, right? I always forget how to start this. Oh, here we go. Are we? Oh, wicked. Solo missions. Yep, gonna take it easy, man. That's how we're doing it. Wicked. Final Fantasy, Mario, Quake, wicked. Perfect Dark, Turrican, Monkey Island, wicked. Oh yeah, Rainer, how you doing, man? Rainer K, awesome guy, man. Really good guy, Rainer. N64, real bad. Yeah, do you know what? I've actually got, so I've got the Snacks adapter. I haven't tried it out yet, right? But I did get additional HDMI cables as well. So what I do need to get, right, is I need to get wicked. VG, nice one, man. Wicked, thank you very much. Thanks for dropping in, and all the best with filming your videos. Wicked. Yes, I need to do like a Snacks video at some time, but I need to get a PC Engine pad, man. I want a Japanese PC Engine pad. I had a PC Engine. I want a proper PC Engine pad. The other pads that I need, I can get or I've got. So I want to do a video because so with Snacks. Okay, so Snacks technically, I guess, has got less latency, right? Because the reflex adapter's got 1 millisecond, right? I can't feel 1 millisecond, right? So I'm good with the reflex, and I think. Reflex doesn't support rumble yet, where Snacks does. However, with the reflex, you can use any controller with any core, and you can control the menu with it. And the other thing is you can actually, with the reflex as well, you can use it on a PC. So I'm kind of right. One of the things I want to try with my reflex adapt, right, is I actually want to play Dolphin on my PC with like a GameCube controller, right? I'm really looking forward to doing that. It's just a matter of finding the time. Like FPGA stuff is keeping me so busy, and that's always a priority on the channel. So what happens if it gets a little bit dry with FPGA, which it hasn't been for quite some time, if I'm being honest, right? It's been busy. As soon as I get a bit of time, I'll start branching out into other videos, and at some point hopefully I'll do it, man. VGE has got very good workflow, man. He's got very good workflow of how he does videos. Very organized guy, man. Unfortunately, my videos are just like, I'm gonna do it, let's do it, right? Let's now have a quick look. Yeah, man, look, clean HDMI for sure. Look at the guy lying down on the floor. You know, okay, without it, like, I'm gonna say he looks like a little, it looks like my TV screen's like leaking black or something, right? You can see the gun over it now. Let's turn it back on. It looks amazing. Buddy, I'm going to shoot you in clean HDMI. Absolutely awesome, man. Really, wow. Like, just wow on this core. Like, as much as I like this core, right, and I love the work Robert's doing, and I really enjoyed the N64, when it comes to streaming, I've been doing polls and Saturn's been winning, but if I'm completely honest, you know, as a system, I'm enjoying the Saturn more, because, and the reason for that is I had more exposure to the N64, whereas I wasn't really exposed to the Saturn. So that's like rediscovering like a brand new system for me, man. I absolutely love it. Like the Saturn, it's got so many 2D games on there, and the 2D games on there, man, they feel good. You know, I don't know if they're arcade perfect, but damn, do they feel good, man. Even like the CPS2 stuff feels good on there. The Taito F3 stuff feels fantastic, right? So, but I'm comparing that to MAME because we don't have cores for Taito F3 yet. I really hope we do get them in the future. There's an awesome FPGA core developer called Raki. If you want to follow them over on Twitter, their handle is @RCA Victor Co, spelt exactly as it sounds. Yeah, they're working on Taito F3, but the thing about Raki is they work on a lot of things simultaneously, and they work on stuff that benefits other developers as well. But I'm really hoping, out of everything they're working on, I'm really excited about getting Taito F3. They're a really nice person as well, man. I speak to them sometimes. It's really nice and polite. Right, guys, I'm gonna fail this mission. You know what? Shout out. I got a gun. Ah! Okay. Sorry, love. What? Dramatic and slow. Oh, is she alive? All right, I'll spare you. If you can survive that, cool, right. Did we have something else in chat, or did we have troll games being mentioned here? We may have had troll games being mentioned here. Right, let's go. Okay. Oh, I see mentioning it too. Okay, so let's do, I can see Kirby. Right, Xenoblade isn't here, but let's have a look. So let's go Kirby. Okay, so, right, okay. Okay, Kirby 64, USA. Okay, awesome. Yo, Alex Rose, man, how you doing? Hey, buddy, long time, man. Good to have you here as well. Man, everyone's dropping in today, man. The N60, I guess it's Saturday as well, right? You guys are like me, right? I haven't got anything better to do on your Saturday afternoon or evening. We're getting old, man. We're so old and crusty. Right, so, okay. SNK Kev, in regard to Neptuno, right? What do you know about it? Honestly, I don't know anything. And I've never really spoke to Antonio Velena. I don't really know much of him. I've covered this stuff before because I like what his stuff looks like. You know, from what I see, he's regarded, you know, nicely. He's got a good rep, you know, within the community. But then he started a Telegram group, and then people came out and said, oh, I asked some questions about the Neptuno, and the next thing I got was I got banned from the Telegram group. But one thing that I've learned in retro gaming, guys, is, man, there's some bad actors in here that will criticize rival projects and throw mud at them, which is really terrible, right? Because it doesn't actually do their project any good, right? So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's not true what they're saying. I'm just saying I've got absolutely no idea. So if anyone knows anything about the Neptuno, definitely let me know in chat, because I have no idea about it. I covered it in the news video, but I was I made sure that I actually pointed out that I know nothing about this. Like I have no idea what this is and, you know, what it's going to do. So when I did the video earlier, SNK Kev, it only had two of them in stock, right? So that was, I was doing that video yesterday, right? So it means in between yesterday and today, they've sold those two. Do you know what, Alex Rose? I try, right? Just to be completely transparent. Everyone has their bad side and things that they do that can be a little bit unsavory, and I'm definitely guilty of that at certain times. Like, nobody's perfect, right? But you know, every day I wake up and I think to myself, I must try not to be an a-hole, man. And I kind of live by that. You know, like be nice to people, right? Treat people nicely, and you generally get that back. Generally, kindness results in kindness. Like, I can tell you guys that I'm still a newbie on the scene, right? A lot of the guys that are doing FPGA development, and a lot of the developers, a lot of people in the scene have been here a long time, right? I'm a newcomer. I've been in it a year and a half. Guys, I'd go as far as saying like 99% of the people are absolutely awesome. You're gonna get a few bad people everywhere. That's just normal, right? You're gonna get that, but most of the people, most developers, everyone are so mad cool, right? It doesn't matter how high their position is, doesn't matter what job they got, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all grown men playing video games that are really designed for kids, right? But we're kind of reliving our childhood, stuff that we didn't have, stuff that we didn't complete, stuff that we couldn't buy because our parents wouldn't buy it, or we were too poor to afford it, or our friend had it. You know, that's what we're doing, and we're kind of reliving that, right? And that's why nostalgia is strong. So wicked. Scandal UK, you are definitely the baddest, you know, because when you speak like I is the baddest, I've just got to say to you, West Side. And I'm doing a W sign with my hands. I nearly dropped the controller. Well, in fact, you know, the controller's in my lap, and I'm doing the West Side Ali G style. In fact, I've been compared to Ali G quite a few times, you know. Right, again, for this one, guys, the crisp is looking crisp. It is looking good. Look at that. You know what? I'm getting so used to it now that playing without it looks somewhat bland, right? Okay, so push down to swallow. That's the advice Kirby's giving. I've got to try and keep it as a family channel, right? But then when you see a prompt on screen telling you go down to swallow, I can't help but laugh at that. Wicked. I need to Mark Air. I need to revisit that the PlayStation Core at some point. I just need to get a collection of maybe like 25 games or something, or maybe 50 games, and just kind of put them on there, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed the PlayStation Core. PlayStation Core is wicked on here, man. Again, like the Robert stuff. I always make it clear, right? My bias is always towards arcade cores. I like arcade cores. That's why I got the MiSTer. That's the main thing else. Everything else is a bonus, and I still love checking it out. But what you find a lot of time is when I'm playing games on different systems, I'm playing games that are arcade games. So like on the PlayStation, I'll play something like Strider 2, right? You know, something like that, or like another 2D game. Like a lot of the 2D stuff I'll end up playing. I do like some 3D stuff, but 2D is what it is, man. Yeah, LL and Ori the Retro Gamer, guys, 2D Zeldas are the ones for me, man. The only 3D one I've completed is Breath of the Wild, man. That's the only one that I've completed, right? I've got the other one. What's the new one? Tears of the Kingdom. You know, I can never get into it because I know it's gonna involve too much, and I just won't have the time to play it. In fact, I'm finding it very, very difficult to actually get into one of those long-winded games. Was this, you're right about reliving our childhood. Kids J would be, yeah, man, do you know what? Exactly that. Kid J would be adult J. And I've seen this at weddings and social events, right? Where you see these old guys, right? And you see him fighting, and it reminds me of the same guys fighting. The same guy that annoyed the same guy when they were 16 is being an idiot to the same guy now that they're like 70, right? At a wedding. And you can see it. And everyone grows up kind of, when they grow older, they like the stuff that they inherited or that they used when they were kids. But you know what, let's put on another game, because honestly, when I go on a waffle rant, I just don't stop. I'm going to start trying to look at that list on my mobile, in fact, because it won't pause that window, the tab I've got open for the stream. So let's did someone else say a game? Let me have a look. Do you know what, let's go Super Mario 64, right? And let's see how that is, right? I suck at that game, but I wish if the N64 actually had a 2D Mario game. I mean, that would be good, right? There might be one. I mean, it's not coming to mind. Let me look at this list on my mobile. Let's have a look. Hopefully it's the last tab I got open. Oh, it is. Wicked, cool. So that can't interrupt that. Okay, so maybe move it around on Mario's face a little bit and have a look to see what we got. Sorry guys. Yeah, here we go. I've got a list of stuff here. Wicked. Right, here we go. Okay, clean HDMI. Again, I think without it, it does quite a good job as well. Let's have a look. So that's original. Oh, man, his face is gone. Okay, cool. Again, clean HDMI is kind of looking all right, man. I mean, I wonder what would be better on like a CRT. Which one would be the better option? I'm obviously looking at it on an LCD, on a modern display, and arguably it may be better to have the clean one. All right, okay, let's kind of go into game and start it a bit. Just do like the beginning part. Yeah, do you know what, Alex? That's a good point. Around that era, everyone was, the move was into 3D. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Paper Mario and N64, but that's like more of an RPG, isn't it? It's not really a platformy game. I was kind of thinking of like a 2D, like a 2D platformy game. Yo, Phile's in the house, guys. Wicked. Phile, welcome, man. Hope you're doing well. Okay, thanks, Scandal. It won't work on a CRT. Okay, so it's meant for modern displays. Oh yeah, of course it won't, because it says HDMI. Thank you. That was a classic moment there, right? Brilliant. Clean would look better on CRT easily, in my opinion. Yeah, you know what, Scandal just pointed out, it's designed for HDMI, so it likely won't give that signal out. It's digital only. What's so clean about this? Okay, well, you know what, Phile, you've missed some of it. You're here. So what we do now is we're on clean now, right? So let's look at the picture. Let's see, can we? Okay, let's have a look at the picture, and now let's go into video. So this is clean HDMI. See, here you go. Can you see it now? Everything's, well, it's just cleaner and sharper. Here you go. I'll do it quick as well. So if you look at the trees and the waterfall, you can kind of see it, and it's not like that texture filter that made it kind of not look so good. It's a different kind of feel. Again, like with many of you guys, I think overall the clean option is very, very good. The cheats are really good. I had fun doing cheats on Mario 64, right? You can kind of get rid of his leg, man. So guys, that MiSTer add-ons code, the reason that we got it was because of Philae. Philae asked if he could get a discount on the Reflex Adapt. So he's the reason that kind of code existed. And kind of, you know, I get inspired. Like people say something and I think, oh wait, you know what? That's actually a good idea. Maybe I can help or do something with that. Absolutely awesome. And I'm very, like, one of my friends, he has a go at me. He says that he says I reveal too much and I shouldn't really do it. But to be honest, I kind of like being transparent as much as I can. Obviously there's things that I withhold about myself, but as far as my dealings and kind of like how I manage the channel, I like to be very, very open about it, right? I like to show what my biases are, why I've got those biases, you know, what I'm dealing with. You know, there's certain things that, you know, I may stay quiet about, you know, or there's certain things like I may not get too involved in, right? Like something I don't like getting involved in is like, let's say there's two people that are my friends, but these two friends are now having a dispute, right? It doesn't matter where they're having it, Discord, Twitter, wherever. Now, if they're having that, I won't say anything. It's not for me to involve because I like both of those guys individually, right? If they have, you know, beef or anything between them, then that's between them, right? So I don't get involved. But yeah, in regard to the channel, guys, it's you know, I've kind of had fun being as transparent as I can. Guys, am I going nuts? So I don't remember seeing that ball in there before. Wow, okay. Am I tripping here or something? What is going on? So someone actually, it's the first time I beat him was on even one, I think on a live stream, right? Someone actually taught me you don't frame off the mountain, you frame on the floor. In fact, it might have been, was it Alex Rose, Scandal UK? It was definitely, I'm pretty sure it was someone that was present here that pointed it out. And I was like, it makes more sense, right? To dash someone off a mountain, right? If you want to do them damage, then just dash them on the floor ahead of you, right? But, you know, it is a video game, right? And you just dash them down there. Very, very funky soundtrack for this. Ah, let's take the little heart. Guys, I wonder what other cores we'll get for the MiSTer now, right? You know, will we get a 3DO core, do you think? You know, what else is kind of left out there? 3DO, Jaguar's one. I want to get that. I want to do a video on that, right? I want to get it working. I couldn't get it working when I tried it. It just wouldn't work for me, right? So let me try and do this, right? If he dashes me off even once, I'm going to give up. Ah. Ah, here we go. Right, don't dash him off the mountain. Ha ha. I really need to do Super Mario Wonder, man. How can I not get behind him? This guy's fast now. Okay, should be free shots, right? Wicked. Can't believe I've done that, right? For ages and ages, I chucked him down the mountain. I had no idea what to do, and all I had to do was just chuck him in front of me. Right, okay, let's go something else. Any other requests in chat? No. Philae, no Mars rants, man. That's that the dust is settling for that, right? So let's let it settle, right? And let's go. Let's focus on the positive. What we can say about positive stuff, right, is, man, Replay 2. Those guys those guys up, they're working hard. They're making very, very good progress. I'm looking forward to like bringing a dedicated video on the replay 2 at some point on the channel, right? So what have we got? Anyone said anything? Let me see if I can see anything jumping out. Wicked. Let's have a look. Okay, there's nothing there. So let me have a look at the list on my phone, and let me pick something off here. Oh, there's Donald Duck going quackers. That's got a 360p mode. Filet will okay. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Let's do that for you, right? But that takes a while to kind of get into the game, from what I remember. We can put that on there. Conker's Bad Fur Day USA. Oh, is that a beta that uploaded? All right, cool. Let's check that out. There's always there. All right. What's Oh, wicked. Nice one, Alex. Says it was you that actually told me about King Bomb or whatever it's called. Awesome, man. Awesome. I knew it was someone here. Wicked. All right, we can do Mario Tennis after as well. Sorry. See what I mean about block capitals, Alex, right? Philet shouted and he stood out. But we do Mario. Oh, okay. Oh, no, he actually, sorry, he wrote it before in lowercase, but it's the uppercase one that I saw. So let's do a little bit of Conkers, then Mario Tennis. Guys, just remind me, I'm not writing stuff down now. So if I forget, just kind of help me out here and be like, you know what? We're doing this right. Let's go. New game. I still remember hearing about this game first, and I was like, wow, this is some mad stuff right here, man. Awesome. This is one of them expensive games now, isn't it? It's worth quite a bit, especially like boxed. But I'll tell you what I hated about a lot of Nintendo stuff, right? Is I hated those cardboard boxes, man. You know, they deteriorated, right? Okay. Are we on the right video mode? Hopefully we are. Oops, sorry. Yeah, we're on clean. Almost looks like it's going to turn into a horror movie. Rocket robot wheels. Wicked. All right, I'll have to... Okay, Jaguar, 3DO, Jaguar CDI. Okay, cool. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, right, TMS? I'd like 3DO because I own the 3DO and it'll be nice to kind of check that. But yeah, I'm not really too fussed about it. There's only a few games on there. I know VGE, Video Game Esoterica, is a big fan of that. There's games on there that, yeah, cool. Like this. Have you played this game before? So Philet, I've only, nah, not properly, no. I've only messed around with it. I remember when I had my game shop, one of the guys, this big Nintendo fan, right? He told me about it. He told me like about the whole theme, and I was like, really? Like, there's a game out that's not kid friendly. It's all like where, you know, he told me about the beginning where you're drunk and everything and walking around, and I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. And then they released like a Conkers game. I think it might be the first-person shooter for the Xbox. I think I grabbed that, but no, I've not really played it. I can't see myself going back and playing most of these games, right? When I go back, I prefer going back visiting 2D stuff than 3D stuff. I don't think, no, it's the Philips CDI, isn't it, Alex Rose? I don't think we have a call for that on the MiSTer. Don't quote me on that because there's a lot of calls I haven't actually got around to trying yet. I feel like if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would have put everything on my MiSTer by now. Spectrum, Commodore 64, Atari ST. I generally put stuff on there now when I'm covering videos. Philet's a really, really good help. He kind of nudges me in the right direction and kind of helps me out with especially certain kind of niche games, right? The guy's very, very knowledgeable with that stuff. At some point, Philet, I will take you up on that X68000 setup, and we'll do that, and we'll get a video going on that one at some point. Just don't know what, you know. I had this little bit of time today. Like I said, my wife was happy because anytime the family goes out to the restaurant, I can pretty much get away with murder, man. So that's awesome. Whoops, sorry. So kind of got to get through this beginning part here. A drunk squirrel, absolutely awesome. Cool. Laser disc CDI 3D. Okay, 32X is there. 32X is good, man. Beavis and Butthead, wicked. Guys, you may have to remind me for some of them. I kind of want to get into game, right, and just walk him about a little bit while he's intoxicated, because we've got a few requests there, and I'd like to kind of, I have to kind of scroll back into the chat and do it. Oh, okay, here he is. Let me... What do you say? Okay, all right, Mario Tennis is next, guys, right? So let me do Mario Tennis. Let me... Hopefully, like the chat I've got in my old OBS, when I move around it doesn't affect the chat. Like the web browser chat I've got is the one that I've got on my OBS overlay, is what you're seeing. When I move around on that, obviously it moves around in the video. Look, I'll show you. So look, I'm moving it around on there now, and if I go up, I can go up on a chat. So I try not to use that window just so we can have that chat. I was doing that originally when I first started, then I realized I was like, oh no, why don't I just use the other one? I've got it in a separate window. I've got it as part of a window. I've got it on OBS as like a separate dock. I kind of need to use it. Okay. I think I would have liked this game back in the day. I'm not a fan of platformers. Like a 3D platformers is just not something. It just never clicked with me. I tried liking them. It just never clicked. You know, for me, platformers, they begin and end with 3D. However, I do mess about with some in VR, man, and you know what? It just makes me feel weird, right? Does anyone ever get, I'm gonna go a little bit nasty here, right? But does anyone ever get, like, I'm not scared of heights or anything, right? But you know, it's not like I don't have an unnatural fear of them. I would say it's a natural fear of heights, right? But you know, when you go around there and all of a sudden like your butt starts clenching and everything, man, like you go there. So I'm playing like some jumping games in VR, and I'm getting that sensation, man. Like my body is just tightening up, like I'm strengthening my core and, you know, tightening my butt, like I've just been sentenced to prison, right, or something, or I've just entered prison. Hopefully never will. But yeah, man, madness. Cool. What's the... Okay, are we starting yet? Wow, this has got quite a long intro, hasn't it? It goes on for quite a bit. Hey, but at least we're looking at this in clean HDMI. Yeah. Yeah, man, VR gets me. I need to use it, man. Today the choices were, shall I chill out and play the MetaQuest 3, or shall I chill out and do some N64? And I was like, let me chill out and do some N64. I want to see this clean HDMI stuff. And, you know, at the same time, I can actually... I can actually do a little bit of playing. I was like, okay, let's do this. Maybe tomorrow I'll play it, man. I'm taking my friend, so I'm taking my friend for a meal. There's a really good place to do like a beef doner, man. I absolutely love it. Like my favorite takeaway is always Turkish. I absolutely love beef doners, man. They're fantastic. So I like lamb doner, but the beef doner's just been doing it for me. Billy, man, you gave me a game that's gonna take like half the stream to start. All right, hopefully it's starting now. Come on, let me control the intoxicated squirrel. Cool. Okay. Do you know what, right, Alex Rose? In regard to the MetaQuest 3, it's the first one that doesn't look blurry, right? So I use Daydream, which I really like because I like the Tevela stuff. I've got the PSVR, the first gen one, and it weren't that great, right? But okay, we're in game now. Right, and I have to say, I was going to buy the MetaQuest 2 because it was cheaper. Then I was speaking to VGE and he said to me, look, like, get the free. Free is what you want, right? And that's what I got, and I love it, right? The Virtual Boy emulator is good. In fact, test out the Virtual Boy emulator on a 3DS if you've got a 3DS with custom firmware. It is amazing. Also, the PSP emulator on it is good. The 3DS emulator is a little bit crap. It does like the 3D classics really, really well. But when I tried playing like Star Fox on there, it was just too slow. It wasn't running. But that is in beta, right? And you're running a 3DS effectively on an Android. Right. This is as far as we're going to go in this, really. But what we can do, Philet, we're going to flick through the options. So here you go. So this is what he looks like without. With. Definitely, I'm definitely leaning towards with, man. I kind of prefer it, right? Unless obviously, do you know what? Let's actually, you know, one thing we didn't try. Let's do this, right? So let's go clean HDMI. And let's now go into, let's go back one, right? So let's go into video processing. Now let's add some scan lines. Okay, that's interesting. Hopefully it's coming out okay. You know, I know YouTube never does good with scan lines, right? But we're using like scan lines medium here. Now, what I'm really interested in doing here now is, let's go in here and let's turn this off. Again, I think even with scan lines, I think the clean HDMI is doing, is the better option, right? It's actually looking nice. I have to say that if I was playing this and I weren't filming or anything, I think this is how I would be playing it, right? But what we can do, let's just go into, what am I doing? Okay, so let's go video processing again. Let's go to soft scan lines, right? And make it a little bit softer. Guys, that looks really good. I mean, how's it coming out for you guys, right? It's looking really, really good for me. I like this. I like it a lot. So let's go back into video audio. Again, with the soft scan lines, it's still looking good. I mean, it's looking good to me, right? Hopefully, depending on the device you're watching it on, right? If you're watching it on a larger device, it's probably okay. If you're watching it on your TV, or if you're watching it on, you know, something like a big PC monitor or something, right? But yeah, I think HDMI with either of the scan lines, soft or medium. We're on soft now, but guys, that's looking really, really good. So if I was playing stuff for fun, this is what I would be doing, right? But you know what? We've had a look at this. I'll leave the scan lines on for now. If they bug anyone, let me know, and what I'll do is I'll take them off, right? But we're gonna do Mario Tennis for my friend Alex Rose, man. Alex Rose. Ooh, I was actually gonna start looking for Alex Rose, but no, we are looking for Mario Tennis, right? Am I going nuts? I've gone too far, haven't I? Mario Tennis. Here we go. Mario Tennis USA, okay. Yeah, Peter, do you know what scandal in regard to like large games? So what it is with the PlayStation and like stuff like any of the CD based consoles, I'm very selective with what I have, right? With like the Saturn, like Phile's got 62.3 gig, which is respectable, right? I need to get like a full CHD set. I will do it at one point. I think it's something I kind of end up doing at work. When I've got my laptop, I'll leave it running and it will just be there all day, and I'll just kind of set it up. TurboGrafx 16 CD, 18.9 for me. That's a respectable size to have everything on there. So yeah, that's interesting. I really want TurboGrafx 16 CD, or you know, PC Engine CD core to get updated on the Analog Pocket. At the moment, there's some issues with it. Big shout out to Mazamars, man. Good guy, good friend. He's working. Yeah, he'll be working on it hopefully in the future at some point, right? So let's go video processing. Let me just turn no filters on, right? Guys, I'm digging it with the scan lines, you know. Like, let me know in chat, please. Like, what's it looking like for you guys? Is it looking good or is it looking bad? Right, sorry, Alex Rose, if that's question to me 1080p or 1440 on your MiSTer, I'm actually outputting to 1080p, man. I'm a 1080p guy, man. That's me. 1080p. I've got 4K TV downstairs. I think it's even 4K. It might even be 4K 60. You know, yeah, might be. Can't remember, right? But let's have a look. But I haven't got anything that does 4K 60 anyway. 4K 30 maybe. Right, sorry, what am I doing? Getting confused in these menus, man. Right, so let's go back and video processing. Sorry, my bad. Load presets. Let's go soft scan lines, and hopefully it's coming out all right. Let's do the rest of it with that on, right? So, and over here on the video, we should, I'm pretty sure that's on because it's looking really nice. Clean HDMI. So let's go, okay. Again, that's still looking good, right, with the soft lines on. I absolutely love the aesthetic. But yeah, I feel it's looking really nice with clean HDMI and the soft lines. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather have when it comes to video processing, I'd rather have the medium scan lines, but I don't know how that's looking for you guys on YouTube. Let's leave that on there for a bit. Do let me know what it kind of looks like, right? What it looks like. If it looks like that, that'd be awesome. Yeah, good for them. Wicked. Right, okay, let's give this a quick game. One of my kids, man, he's been playing the latest version of this on his Nintendo Switch, man. He's wicked at it. He asked me to play a game, right? And I've got 3 original and 3 hack switches in the house. So I've got 1 legit copy of Mario Tennis, but I kind of, you know, put another one on one of my hacked ones to play him like local co-op. And guys, that was, where's my Cooper guy? Here we go, let's be him. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, but he absolutely battered me, man. And you know, my kids, they're like, you know, Scandal's got a good thing. When his kids beat him at new games, he makes them play him at Street Fighter, and then he batters them. Now that is parenting 101. I'll have to beat them at Street Fighter. There's sometimes I wish they got into Street Fighter, right? But then sometimes I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm glad they didn't get into that, and I'm seeing them there reading frame data and everything else, as well. So Rocket League is their big thing. What else? Halo Infinite. I've actually ordered a ROG Ally, man. I got a ROG Ally really cheap, right? So eBay had like 20% off, maximum discount 75, which allowed me to pick a refurbished in very good condition from like Curry's. I got the, yeah, I got it for £365. So I've bought that for my youngest kid because he's a handheld gamer, right? More than anything, his brother kind of hogs the TV. But I'm moving them all to PC gaming. So my daughter's got a laptop. She's wicked at Apex Legend. My 2 boys were sharing my old laptop when I upgraded mine, which is still respectable, right? It's a Asus. It's a Asus Zephyrus G14 with a 1660 Ti. So it still does, yeah, games decently, right? Maybe on medium settings or whatever. But the youngest one hasn't got one. So when I saw this, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna buy him that, right? And I got that for him. It's coming Monday, so I'm gonna set that up for him. I just want to get away from subscription charges, even the Nintendo Switch one. But the good thing is, because they play Rocket League, the free games like Rocket League, you don't need the NSO service thing anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I have to buy it, I'll buy a family pack again. But I'm trying to avoid it, and I'm trying to get them all onto PC gaming. So, you know, games are generally cheaper. There's a lot more stuff you can do. They use this thing, the 2 boys, they're 8 and 10. They use a platform called, I think it's called like Scratch Plus or something, where they actually code games. So they do the back end of stuff. It helps them with coding, and then they actually they play those games. So I'm gonna kind of set up a dock and everything for the ROG Ally for the youngest one. Put a Bluetooth keyboard there, so as well as games, you know, so they've got days, 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're not allowed any electronics. So whatever games they do, they have to do like board games, they can do reading, they can play with their toys, but no electronics, man. But what I think I'm going to do is one day of the week, I'm going to make it for, they can have electronics, but they got to make their own games. They have to do coding. I want them to be good with computers, right? You know, not just play the games, but actually learn some stuff from it. Guys, this game's fantastic, man. Only one thing I don't like is I never like being at the top in tennis games. I think in like a lot of the newer ones, you're always kind of like at the bottom, and I kind of like that. I feel like being at the top in the tennis game is always a little bit of a raw deal. And guys, what are you digging the scan lines? So I am liking clean HDMI with these scan lines. Like this for me is just, dare I say, visual perfection, at least as far as I've seen it for the N64. I absolutely love it, man. Think it looks wicked. Absolutely wicked. Like, love this look. Now, different strokes for different folks, right? You may not like this. You may not like the clean HDMI, or you may like the clean HDMI with no scan lines. But the scan lines are there, and guys, the MiSTer's got great options for that, right? I mean, I use the factory default ones. You can make your own ones up. There's a guy called Retro Fonz, really nice guy, who's kind of made some presets you can download, add to your MiSTer, and it gives you a whole different bunch of like shadow masks and things. So that's pretty cool, man. That's very, very cool. Okay, let's go to another game now, guys, right? So let's see what else is there. Conker's Bird, third day, right? Someone said Quake 64, so let's do a little bit of Quake 64. Now this game is dark, so I may need to change the scan lines to soft, right? Was it Quake 64, right? So Quake 64. But remember, this game's dark, man. This game's dark. Do you know what? Sorry, I'm seeing Dreamcast in there, man. I missed the Dreamcast, man. Dreamcast was wicked. What was the mess for the Dreamcast, Cyber Akuma, was the fact that piracy was just too easy. Regardless of what anyone else says, that's one of the things that killed it. I mean, I've always been into like modding stuff, and friends of ours, we've modded stuff, and you know, on systems, you've bought, you've bought a chip, you've had your device chipped, you've had it done. But with a Dreamcast, man, even people I knew that weren't into piracy or weren't into copying stuff or anything like that, because you had the boot disk that would let you load a backup without need for any modification, right? There was that, and then I think I got the wrong game. I think I might have loaded Quest 64, you know? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Am I going blind here? Did someone say Quest 64? No, they said Quake 64. So, sorry, I saw that next to it. Let me put on Quake, right? So yeah, so going back to the Dreamcast, there was people... Yeah, that was an accident, Cyber Akuma, that Quest 64. So there was people I knew that knew nothing of piracy, right? But then they were all buying like Dreamcast games, and then after a while, the boot disc was part of the actual game, so you didn't need to put a boot disc in and change the disc. So that's one of the things that killed it. I'm sure there was other factors as well, but I just remember everyone pirating everything out of that game. So I'm going to turn the scan lines to soft, right? Because this game's a little bit dark, so let's go to soft, because dark, the medium ones makes it a little bit darker, man. Yeah, actually, like, okay, cool. We had way too much. Yeah, we does have quite a bit of shovelware on there, but you know what? We has some wicked games on it as well, man. It's just like that. To be honest, even the Switch has amazing, it has amazing games, but it's got so much shovelware on there, man. I mean, there was a lot of controversy where someone copied like The Last of Us, right? And they copied, what do they call it, right? Let's switch it off and on here. So video settings. Again, looking at the floor again, I'm leaning towards clean HDMI on, you know, overall. I think I'm just going to leave the option on in the core. I think it's a great option, man, for, you know, for all of us guys playing on like modern displays. It just looks absolutely wicked. Now, Quake games I feel have aged quite well. Do you know what I picked up the other day? I picked up Dark Forces on the Switch, man, the remaster. Oh man, I couldn't do the first level, man. I found it hard. I couldn't get to the roof to get to the ship. I just kind of gave up, man. I was like, wow, what am I doing here? Yeah, just couldn't. I don't know. As much as I love Star Wars and I wanted to play it, right? I feel like it just hasn't aged that well as far as like level layout and finding your way around goes. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I like a big sign like in The Division with GPS on, pointing and telling me exactly where to go. I'm not ashamed of it, right? I get lost in a straight line. So I've said it before in my streams, guys, like a few friends of mine call me Zorro, right? If anyone watches One Piece, you know Zorro is the guy that gets lost like in his own house trying to find the bathroom. So that's me. So yeah, I get called Zorro, I get lost. So when I get guidance, right, that helps me get around games, cool, I will take it, right? I remember Borderlands 2, I loved that game, but man, there was some difficult areas to find in that, because the map will tell you where it is, but it won't tell you kind of how to get there. I think Borderlands 3 fixed that up a little bit, but yeah, I like the option of a GPS there. Right, okay, Quake's looking good. Whoever said Quake is done. What's next? I saw it. Okay, Rocket Robot on Wheels. Wicked. Okay, I've got to send a shout out to my boy Robbie from the MiSTer FPGA gaming Discord. He actually recommended this game to myself and VGE. Oops, sorry. Let me go back out. He actually recommended me this game, saying it's absolutely awesome, and it's a very, very unique game. I'll give it that. I'm not sure if it's something I would play, but for sure it was a unique game that I'd never have heard of, right? It was a good game. And again, I'm digging the scan lines, man. Let me have a look there. Has anyone said anything about the scan lines, guy? Clean HDMI on the latest. Phil, yes, clean HDMI is on the latest version of the course. So if you look at the test builds, right, you can actually see, you know, I'll do one better. While the intro plays, let me do some on the fly kind of editing, right? So let me go over to the Discord. And I am going to, I had YouTube open there, the sound may have kicked in, right? So we'll have to look at my pings later. Oh, okay. Oh no, okay, I thought, okay, there's a GB MIDI noise RBF, but let's have a look at the latest 2 cores, right? So let me copy this over. Sorry guys, I'm doing some stuff in the background. Enjoy the intro to this, something that Alex Rose asked for. So let me do a quick way of doing this. Okay, cool. Right, we're nearly done. I'm gonna bring up the latest core and the notes that come with it. So right, guys, this is some on the fly stuff I'm doing now, right? I'm gonna read it off here as well. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. It's gonna, let me not cover the chat, right? Ooh, I'm gonna have to look at it on the web page. Okay, cool. Right, here you go. Here's the latest core, right? So what we got? So you've got one here. This is the first time it came out, the N64 HDMI hack RBF test build with new optional feature. Video out clean HDMI. Main purpose is to have 480p output for 480i games and super clean HDMI scaling for 240p. Titles: no blur or bilinear scaling artifacts. Known issues: no FPS error overlay, occasional tearing, stray lines. Some games are not full screen, e.g. Castlevania, Legacy of Darkness. Some games have garbage next to the image. Only tested with VSync. Adjust 0. Future versions will be more compatible with other modes and games. And then we've got the next version of the core, which is the bottom part that you're seeing there, guys, and that is implement HDMI frame buffer output VI, skip 480i to 480p, and then fixed most reported issues of the clean HDMI mode. Should be well usable now. Okay, so that's the one I'm using. I'm using the bottom one there, guys. Sorry, I'm just going to delete this now and not refer back to that, but just thought I'd give you guys an insight. And then while we do that as well, guys, get your MiSTer is King t-shirt, right? There's a link in the description to the Neto Designs. Got a bit of PCN merch. Get yourself a t-shirt or get yourself a PCN baseball cap. Oh, I feel dirty and shameless doing that, but you know what? I did it, and I've got it over with. Right, let's look at this rocket robot on wheels. Let me close this down because I've sometimes, do you know what's really mad, right? I'm looking at Discord on my PC and I leave it open and I go around the house. I end up start doing stuff and I realize that I'm not getting any of the messages through on my phone because the browser's open. Everything's kind of going to that at times, you know. So again, this is a very, very interesting game. Have to say, very, very interesting, right? So this is a game, and I would say that this is a hidden gem of the N64. Okay, look, maybe okay. I did actually eventually get to a level. I think I'm here in the overworld now. What's okay? Where do I go? So I wasn't, like I said, wasn't big into the platformy games. Not sure if this is this considered a platformy game or like a little adventure game. But again, loved the art style of it. When I did actually get to a level, it was kind of all right, man. The game's kind of all right. I don't think I'm going to be able to figure it out right now, so I may move over to the next game. So let me, does it let me exit? Okay, save and quit, just so. Okay, cool. Right, let's now go over to chat and have a look at what's next. Wicked. Awesome. Oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe some of the uncensored stuff. If it's a little bit rude, then I might have to leave it. Have you played this? Okay, sorry, I'm way back in what I'm having a look at. Play Space Station Silicon Valley. Okay, is that a game? Play Space Station Silicon Valley. Okay, let's do that. What's it called again? Okay, Space Station under S, right? So let's go to S. I don't even recall that game, right? Oh, okay, cool. Right, interesting now, because I don't recall this game, Alex. Space Station Silicon Valley. It's the GOAT, right? Okay, that's setting the bar really, really high there, right? Again, guys, let me know if the scan lines are bothering you, because I love how it looks, man. They look fantastic, and I'm definitely digging those, right? While we do that, let me take another drink out of my bottle. It's actually got yeah, my little bottle here. Again, I'm so loving the scan lines, man. I love them. You know, when I got into retro gaming, and I was telling my friend, I said, look, something doesn't look right. I don't know what it is. Like everything just looks wrong on there. And he kind of educated me. Okay, I love the beginning with that little VHS and that old TV screen. Brilliant. And he kind of educated me. He said, look, there's no scan lines and everything there. Sorry, Veronica, Paper Mario is working and we can definitely do that. I just hope I can remember and kind of keep up. But yeah, hopefully we can. Wicked. I'm going to try and kind of go through stuff, yeah, properly. And hopefully in the order I get them, but I do forget a lot. Okay, animals have taken over the space station. Okay, very, very interesting story, right? Very, very original story. Okay, heroes for hire. Come on, let me start the game, man. The heroes are dancing around. 200 creds, right? What would these guys do for 200 creds? Oh, what's the time? I may end it around in about 15-20 minutes, guys. Just yeah. Maybe, oh, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. 10 o'clock will definitely have to be the hard cut-off time, but I was kind of hoping to kind of end this for about 9:30. But I have to say, man, this is just absolutely amazing. Sorry, Scandal, what's muted? There's a sound coming from? Not muted or anything. Am I, with that you guys talking amongst yourselves? You penguins following wicked. To jump out of your body. Wow, okay, cool. That sounds interesting. Wicked. Okay, oh, sorry, need to press start. I was looking at chat there thinking I'm going through that. Okay. Again, I'll say it again, man. The clean HDMI with scan lines is the combo that I want, man. I'll probably turn off the scan lines for video. I'll probably use the clean HDMI to get like a nicer image out there. But wow. I'm really curious about seeing this game, right? So I press R to jump out. Wicked. Okay, oh, are we talking about, right, the sound of this game muted? No, the sound of the game's not muted. It's just very, very low. I'm putting it up. Sorry, Scandal. It may go really, really loud at a certain pound. Oh, cool. All right. No, yeah, the sound of the game's really, really low. Might be a bit high now. It varies from game to game. This one was definitely low. Cool. Come on, let me start the game, please. I've never heard of this game, you know. Never heard of this game. So this is what I love about the streams. Like I went in this blind, right? I went on the Discord. I said, guys, is there a list? VG pointed me at something. I had a look at that list. And what's mad is I googled the list and I got to the same page he got to, but it kept saying stuff about the expansion pack. But when he sent me the same link, I was like, all right, I need to research that page a bit more. I looked at it and it had a list of games and what display modes that could have. Oh, no worries, Scandal. Sometimes I've had issues. I've had issues with OBS, right, where the sound, sorry, I'm just turning it down a little bit. The sound actually goes out of sync. It was really annoying, man. It was on my Neo Geo Pocket stream, right? The sound just went out of sync and it's terrible watching it because I can see like the guy fires a bullet and you hear the sound like 5 seconds later. It was so terribly out of sync, right? But it happens. But recently it's been okay with me. I don't understand why it did that. So what I try and do now is I make sure I turn the MiSTer on first, or the analog pocket, or whatever I'm using the capture card for, and then I launch OBS after. It might be a case of having OBS launched up and then after having it launched up, then starting whatever source is going in there. At least that's what I think. And since I've been using the approach of launching the source first, then OBS, it's actually been all right. Oh, okay. Yeah, Roger, no. Okay, what are we doing here? Wicked. Okay, Fabrico, that's actually quite funny. Let me again. This music, the sound for this is all over the place, man. It goes low, it goes high. It's just not great. I more visually monitor this stuff than with my ear. Right. Okay, so we're in this game now. Oh wow. Okay. Amazing. All right. Okay. Wow. So you press R. So let me see if let's find the sheep. Oh, press the R button. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so you kind of damage it, right, and then you can go into it. Wow, this is quite a cutting edge game, Alex, man. Like, wow, back on the N64, I'd have been like kind of very impressed by this, right? But had no idea. There's like 100 animals you can, and wow, this really is amazing, man. Wow, wow. I mean, like, I like games like this. There's a game that I like, an arcade game called Phantasm, also known as Avenging Spirit. That is cool, you know, where you can go and become pretty much any character bar the bosses and maybe a couple of other random ones. So any character in the game, and it feels like, you know, different games playing it with different characters, some obviously better than others, and the soundtrack for that game is wicked. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm using different video game soundtracks on my weekly Saturday videos, and I'm asking people what, you know, sometimes for suggestions. Al actually suggested R-Type. Normal R-Type just didn't kind of work with it, so I ended up going R-Types from the PlayStation. That was a good soundtrack. But I have used like Phantasm on there before. I've used like GoldenEye, Sun 2 from the PC Engine. It's got to be something that's not annoying or too intrusive, right? It's got to be something, right? Get 4 sheep into the pen, find the mouse with wheels. Okay, cool. Wow. Again, like I love how this started with like the VHS screen. It's got like that test screen for okay, so let's go get this sheep, right? Can I get the sheep without beating the sheep? No, I need to beat the sheep, right? Right, that little spider thing, it looks like a chip, doesn't it? Right? Amazing. Right, okay, I've got to say I love that I can see that teleporter all the way in the distance over there, right? That's got to be the teleporter, right? That big kind of ray of light there. Looks amazing. Wicked. What a game, guys. What a game. Never heard of it. Alex, you're a genius. Like, what a game. Wow, it's taken a while to walk there. Oh no, that's a waterfall. Okay, cool. Like TLC said, man, don't go chasing waterfalls. Right, okay. Let me run on a random game quickly, right? So let's go Star Fox, but I'm gonna have a look at requests. We're not gonna play Star Fox. I'm gonna go through the requests and see like what's what, right? So what was that? Okay, Paper Mario. Someone said Paper Mario. We can run that, right? Let's go Paper Mario. Paper Mario is a good one, right? It's a fantastic one. And this was one of them games, if anyone remembers, right, it kept crashing near the beginning. Whenever we were loading it, it was crashing. It would kind of go into the game and it would get you excited, and then all of a sudden, you know, Robert does what Robert does, and it just began working, man. So absolutely amazing. Love it from the launch, love it from the soundtrack there. It is just darn good, man. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, I've got a current-ish with chat. Wicked, cool. Nice, nice. Let's see, what's the volume saying? See, the volume goes it's a little bit higher now. I'll try and keep it so you can hear like a good bit of sound as well as, you know, me doing the talking and whatnot. Love the Paper Mario games. I've always mentioned it, they're remaking the GameCube one, aren't they? Is that the one that's being remade? They're making like a new adaptation of it. That'll be fun to try out. There's not one I liked on the 3DS. Oh, sorry, I just see Beavis and Butthead. Wicked. All right, Beavis and Butthead next. Wicked, cool. That was cool. Love. I really used to like Beavis and Butthead, man. Used to like the cartoon. I really liked the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America. In fact, you know, years ago, I used to work with a girl that looked like Butthead. I kid you not, she was a female. And some guys that I worked with found her attractive. And I was like, dude, she looks like Butthead. Like, big Ramones fan. You know, didn't really do herself any favors in how she dressed. She looked like Butthead, man. And we had another girl work there who had the jaw of Beavis. So, you know, like to my friend, I was like, look, that's the Beavis and Butthead combo. Beavis was definitely more attractive than Butthead, right? I'm talking about the girls that I used to work with, right? The girl was attractive. She just had she just had that Beavis jaw, man. But yeah, Butthead was, wow. Butthead was Butters. Don't know if you guys have that term in America, right? Butters, right? So, you know, we have someone that's not good looking. Another word for ugly, right? We've got Butters, right? And if they're really ugly, it'll be like they're anchor butters, or I can't believe they're that butters, or I can't believe that is butter, right? But that's, hopefully it's an international term, right? Or maybe, who knows, maybe they stream it or go around the world and people will start using it. Yo, Tor. Got a bit of a lisp, but welcome, man. Good to have you here, bud. Why is the N64 so blurry? I don't know. I've got scan lines on. I've got the extra visuals on. It should be looking crisp, to be honest. Okay, clean HDMI. Let me go in and let me turn those scan lines off, right? In case it's scan lines that's causing an issue for anyone, right? So no filters. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's a little bit clearer now. I still prefer, like, when I'm looking at it here, I prefer that scan line look, right? Looks amazing to me. Butterface. Butterface. But okay, I like that butterface. Amazing. Yeah, you know, you kind of work with people, right? But I remember I was like, so a friend of mine, it was a previous job to what I'm doing now. He got me a job there, and I was like, dude, she looks like Butthead. But what I couldn't believe, like, a lot of guys found her attractive. Maybe those guys had never seen Beavis and Butthead, right? And you know what it was this girl that looked like Butthead, right? She didn't have the personality either. She was not. Do you know? You get some people, they're only ever good to people if they've got something to gain. If they feel they have nothing to gain from anyone, they will never be good to that person. And this was this person, right? I worked with them for years, and they were just very, very rude. And you know, I mean, like, the thing about Butthead, that was something I discussed with my friend. It wasn't like I said, you look like Butthead. You know, it's not something that I would do, right? It's just not a nice thing to do. In fact, you know what? I used to have a friend. He's still my friend. But his name was like Blatant Bastard, right? That was his nickname as a kid, because he just couldn't hold anything in. I remember him going up to like a girl in my school, and he said to the girl in school, imagine this, you're in school now, you know, we've hit puberty, or we hit puberty, some of us hit it earlier, but we're at that stage now, right? Hormones are running and everything. And he went up to one girl and he said to her, can I tell you something? He called her by a name. He said, like, let's just say her name was Amy, right? He said, Amy, can I tell you something? And Amy looked at him and she smiled and she said, yeah, like, what is it? He said, you're so ugly and your forehead is massive, right? Dude, we were in shock. Obviously, we're school kids, we're a bit idiotic, and we started laughing, but man, that was terrible. Like, Amy was a nice girl. She wasn't even that ugly, all right? She did have a bit of a big forehead, but you don't go around pointing that stuff out, right? What else did he do? I remember one time, right? We're walking around, right? He's on his bike, right? And he's riding a bike on the pavement, right? And we're like maybe 12, 13 at this time, right? So it's me and another two friends. This Blatant guy being one of them, right? He's riding his bike, and this woman, really nice lady, right? She looks at him and she says to him, doesn't mummy let you ride on the road? The guy turns around and says to the woman, doesn't mummy put you on a diet, you fat bee? Again, we're like, what? Like, where did that come from? The guy was nuts. Just the stuff he used to come out with, right? I mean, there's some stuff here I can't even begin to say it on here, right? It would break that family kind of thing in here, man. Like, he was just nuts, bruv. Someone I went to primary school with wrote Valentine to another girl that said, oh, okay, what they said, the suspense is killing me, man. I mean, those school times, right, it was mad, right? Absolutely mental. Like, this guy, like, some of the stuff he used to say, man, like, you know, some of the stuff he said was just bang out racist, and that's not stuff that I would ever repeat on his channel. Look, some people think being cold-faced rude is just being honest until you are honest to them. Yeah, and the teachers had a massive investigation. Oh wow, okay. But yeah, you know what? You get that with a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are bad out there to people, right? And then what happens is, as soon as it happens to them, they just completely change the tune. It's like, oh no, like, why am I the victim? You're like, hold on a minute. You're like that to everyone, but you just can't, like, take that yourself. Like, you know, like, grow up here, man. Like, you know, you're gonna give it, be prepared to get it, right? There's some people I know that are never rude and are always nice, and you know, I would never crack a joke or do anything of the such with them, because those are the type of people that just command respect. They're nice to you, they don't banter, they don't crack joke. So why would I go over and crack a joke with them about something? Don't get me wrong, I can crack a joke with a friend, but there's a line. And you know, I may have crossed lines at some point in my life, but right now I'm at a good thing where I try to be very, very respectful to people. Even, you know, even like at work, I try not to act quickly at stuff. You know, with staff that I've got, I try and have it where, okay, you know what, deal with this, go back, take a chill pill, and deal with it after. Yeah, there's some people, man, they're rude, and once you rude back to them, wow, they can't take it. It's like, the way I see it, if you're gonna give it, be prepared to take it, right? You know, there's a saying in some countries, right, where they say respect is on your own hand. It sounds better in different languages, right? And this is what you get. This is where you get an old guy, right? So you got an old guy, a 60-year-old or something, and he starts making fun of a little kid, like, oh, you're this, that, and then the little kid just tears him a new one, right? So, you know, okay, the little kid is not exactly wrong. Maybe he went a little bit too far with it, right? But the old guy's mocking him, right? So effectively the respect was in the old guy's hand. He shouldn't have been mocking this kid, and the kid just turned around and called him, I don't know, you crusty old fool, like you should be, like, I don't know, you should be hanging in a museum next to a diplodocus, yeah, you know, your cobweb, whatever, blah blah blah, right? But sometimes you see those guys start. In fact, I remember a younger time, right, where there was this guy, like he was a friend of like one of my parents or something, and when I was out with my friends, he'd see me on the street and he'd start insulting me, right? But he was a dog breeder, right? He always had dogs with him, right? So he said he always used to call me like very, very derogatory terms, right? I mean, you know, racist terms, right? He used to come out with them, and to him it was a joke, right? Until I told him, what you gonna do with his dogs? I bet you F that dog, right? And he was with, I think, a woman, which may have been his daughter, right? And he said, oh, how dare you speak to me like that? I said, yeah, you can go and F her too, and then the dogs can F her too, and you can F them and all of that. Now, it wasn't like I went and just picked on this guy and said it to him. This guy would always insult me. He was an old guy, he had grey hair. I must have been like 14, 15. He was an old guy. He was old. He was like in his 60s. Dog breeder, but you know what, he would insult me every time, insult me, and you know what, it got to a point where I just got a tipping point, and I told him he's a dog effer, you know. And then he said, how dare you say it from my daughter? I said, your daughter's a dog effer, the dog's effer, you F the dogs and everything there. But honestly, it you know, the guy could have just been, well, don't insult these young kids, because when he got it, he definitely didn't like it. I feel a bit bad for that sometimes when I think about it, but then I laugh about it as well. I laugh about it thinking, you know what, this guy come around and, you know, he tried to give it. I ruined his day. Okay, Ori the Retro Gamer, going back to the stream now, right? Beavis, I don't have Beavis and Butthead, man. Unless have I got it in a different folder? I don't think so. I think I'm in a no intro folder, which is fairly comprehensive, right? Yeah, so sorry, bud, no Beavis and Butthead. You know, the closest thing we had to Beavis and Butthead is me speaking about, you know, someone that I worked with. No Beavis and Butthead. And I know it's definitely BE, so we're looking at all the B's. Sorry, bud, not there. So let me spam some buttons here while he starts talking to me, and I'll see if anyone else is in there, man. Sorry, I'll get sidetracked on my stream sometimes, and I just go into some random stories. Viewpoint, Fillet, no worries, man. Might be ending soon, so viewpoint is what we're gonna do. Viewpoint, am I blind? Oh, here we go, Viewpoint 2064, cool. Is this, I can't remember what this is. Is this like an isometric shmup? Am I thinking of something else? Wicked. Oh, you know what? We had yeah, Ori, man, school times were ruthless, right? There was this guy, right? And you know what he did? He went onto the roof, right? We could kind of access areas of the roof we weren't supposed to get, right? Or areas of the school. So this guy went on the roof, and you know, he got caught knocking one out on the roof, right? So his name for the rest of the time in the school, he was referred to as Fiddler on the Roof. Like, you know, so, you know, that was the guy, man. But yeah, school was ruthless, man. I mean, the stuff that, okay, Viewpoint, Is it not loading? Let's try that again. Okay. Is this one of the games? Oh, I put every retail game, oh, at least booted now. Okay, so Ractim. Come on. Let me maybe press the button. Who remembers the day, right? The early days, right? You know, do you remember the days where it was about spamming the start button, right? Do you know what, Cyber Akuma? Every time. So there's a place. So there's a place in Islington, like I can't remember exactly what part of London, maybe Northish London, and I drive past. I drive back on the way home from it, right? And there's a theatre there called Sadler's Wells, and they've had Fiddler on the Roof there for ages. Whenever I see it, I always remember this guy and him fiddling on the roof and whatnot. Phil, really sorry, bud. Viewpoint isn't working, man. But yeah, school days were ruthless, guys, man. People were absolutely ruthless out there. Ooh, what is it? 9:30. You know what? I know I went out to a restaurant earlier, but you know what? There's a really good deal, and it'll probably make the wife happy if she's a little peckish. But if anyone uses the app Too Good To Go, right? Wicked, thanks for that, Phil. So the results are the same, right? So there's a really good app called Too Good To Go, and there's a really good restaurant, right? And a meal from there, it's a big meal, it's decent, like a stew with potatoes, and they got like this other thing in there called mukasa or something, musaka. And you can get a £12 meal for £4, and that actually we end up eating that over like 2 days, man. Sometimes get it late, so I might just go and please my wife and say, you know what, if you're hungry, I'm gonna pop out. Yeah, guys, you know what? I'm gonna end the stream here, man. My wife is awesome. She lets me get away with a lot, so I am gonna go. I'm gonna go look at the Too Good To Go app, and I'm gonna order like one meal, and we're kind of gonna eat that. And I intend to kind of be up late today, so guys, actually don't be surprised if I end up getting on one of my handhelds later and actually doing a stream of like MAME or Retro Arch, man. So that's all good. What was that? Say the table didn't hit him. He was just part of the roof. He was alright, but okay, wicked. Amazing. There's some mad stuff. Do you know what? There's some people I was bad to in school, and I'd love to see them again and make amends with them and just be like, look, I'm sorry for being an idiot to you. You know, I saw one of the guys, and I saw one of them, and I said, look, I was really sorry, man. I was really out of order to you in school, and he was like, no, don't worry about it, man. And you know, I was a little bit of an idiot myself, but that was it. But yeah, you know what, guys? Absolutely wicked, great stream. Let me go serve my wife now. Go and get this. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Honestly, amazing. I love doing these streams. You guys are amazing. Be good to one another, man. Wake up every day. Say to yourself, today I don't want to be an a-hole. And but most of you guys are cool, man. Absolutely wicked hanging out with you. Take care of each other. Take care of one another, guys. This is Pixel.